Alrighty.
Anyway, I believe me and Emma are playing cards.
Yes, let's get a brief synopsis going here. Alia, you and Mesua are back in that room where you were escorted to and asked to wait until until Reginald came back for you. He'd said he would be back as soon as the lady has finished her dinner and can arrange to speak with you people again. There we go. There we go. She Who Stalks and Acorial are in a hallway somewhere far away in the mansion, and Acorial has just watched Varg charge through a wall, break it down, and not collapse in a heap in a room on the far side, but instead disappear into a black void. After a few minutes of study, he determined that the wall Varg went through bears all the magical aura signs of them be currently standing in a created demiplane. And Varg, after floating in blackness for a minute, heard a very large pop and found himself laying on top of the sheets at the top of a big banistered draped bed. I believe he did actually climb down onto the floor before we broke.
Yep.
So let's checking the timeline here. Right. Acorial, you and She Who Stalks are standing in that hallway. You've just made that determination. What are you going to do with this information?
I think it might be a good idea to try and get Alia with us here. If only I remember the way back. So I'm going to continue trying to use my new mirror to solve everything.
Okay.
So we're going to pull that out and try...
Doesn't that mirror only work as a gate once a day, or are you just using it?
Yes, I'm just using it to communicate in this case, or to see if Alia's still in that room, I suppose.
Okay, so you're just using its clairvoyance.
Yes.
Okay.
If it can even get there. Well, I know this place is warded against that.
You draw it out from your bag, place it upon the floor, and what are you trying to clairvoy?
The room we were waiting in originally.
Okay. After a few moments of concentration, the image clears. You cease seeing your reflection, and you begin seeing a room that has Alia and Mesua inside, playing some card game.
I summon the Dark Magician and attack move.
Of course. Of course you'd be
Emma
playing that.
unsummons your demon.
Well, that's interesting. Does she use stalks remember the way back? I suppose she kept track of that.
She looks back down the hallway and noting that it seems to be you guys just came all the way down a long straight hallway. It shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, now that we know Alia's still there, let's stuff the mirror back in the bag and go back down to that room. Hopefully no one will come across this giant hole in the wall before we get there.
Okay. You head down the hallway back the way you believe you came. And you were expecting, after 2 minutes of walking, to come across the atrium with the front door and the stairs up and down, but you seem to be simply proceeding down a long, badly lit hallway still.
Gonna glance behind us and see if that hole in the wall is still the same distance away from us or not.
You kind of lost sight of it. The hallway is not quite as straight as it could be.
Okay, but we are actually moving forward. It just is moving forward not in the way I'd like it to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Suppose we'll keep walking for now.
Okay. You come across a pile of clothing that has been dropped on the floor.
That's a thought.
Like an armful of clothing.
I'm gonna ask out loud for a servant and see if anything happens.
No one seems to be around.
So they don't just appear if we need them to. Oh well. Are there
They
any of those
probably
bells
do, but not for
nearby?
us.
That's a fair point.
You did some bell just a few doors back.
The problem is, if we ring that bell and someone does come, how do we explain being out here without explaining there's a giant hole in their mansion somewhere?
The bigger question is, hey, why are we on a demi-plane?
More storage space? I'm all for using magic like that.
Well, I don't like being sent to a demi-plane without good permission, that's all.
Alright, let's go back and ring the bell. Try something.
You ring the bell. And after a few moments, you hear a door nearby open, and one of the shaved men in Hadaka aprons comes out. It's not Reginald, but he comes your way, and once he gets within about as who he's approaching. Yes, sir, ma'am.
Yes, we went for a walk just to pass the time. I suppose you know which direction the room we were waiting in is?
Oh dear. Yes. We. Oh. Into this room, please. And he gestures you to follow him back into the room that he came from.
Okay, let's follow him.
He brings you in and closes the door behind you. It seems to be a pantry that leads through from the hallway to a kitchen where that you can see through an open door at the other side. The kitchen is currently empty. Oh, okay. How on earth do I smuggle you back there? Could you
Smuggle.
wait? I mean, lead. I will lead you back there as soon as soon as I can. Could you please wait in here for just a moment?
Sure. You know, a demi-plane is a very nice piece of magic.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Go do what you need to do.
He goes through the kitchen, and you hear a door open and close on the far side of it. She who stalks checks her waist and makes sure that her short swords are clear of are not obstructed.
I've been getting bad juju feeling from this whole place for like ever. I do not like this place.
Somehow I think that having made a giant hole in their walls will end up very badly for us.
It's not that. It's just this lady, this house, this everything is some bad juju to me.
Varg.
Yep.
Not too far from the room you've just landed in. You've stepped out into the hall to try finding your way back, and this hall is not as well lit as the one you were in with Acorial and She Who Stalks. There's only like a small glass covered gas lamp every 40 feet or so. and the carpet is very deep in this hall.
Oh, no way. Well, I'm not outside, so I can't use the position of the sun, moon, and stars to tell where I am, so I'll just pick a direction and start walking. Spin myself around in place, and just start walking.
Okay.
Occasionally pausing to open a door that looks at all different from other doors.
Righto.
Oh, that door is labeled food. I'm gonna open it.
You walk for a short distance, and there is a door that draws your attention. Every other door you've seen, aside from the metal one to the basement, has been ornately carved oak. But this door seems to be a single embossed slab of rock. You only know it's a door, not a section of rock wall, because of the two large metal hinges on one side.
Give it a poke.
It doesn't seem to move, but there is a handle on the door on your side.
Try to turn the handle, I suppose.
No, I mean a handle, not a knob. Like just a
Oh,
short
okay. Gotta give it
vertical
a tug,
bar.
then.
You pull on it, and it slides very slowly. It's very heavy.
I am Varg. I can lift anything.
Oh,
Ah!
I don't mean you can't do it. I just mean it opens slowly.
Ah, okay. It's a bad door then, or a really good one.
The room beyond is very dark, but you can see it's a fairly large room. You just can't make out if there's any furniture or anything in it.
So large room, dark. Yeah, well, I do have a torch, so I'll just take a second, light a torch, and see what's what.
You dig out a torch, and you can see that this room is all bare stone on all sides, and it's in fact a perfect cube in here. There's something painted on the floor, but it's it's really faint.
Well, I'm not stupid enough to walk inside the stone prison, so I'm gonna shut the door and leave.
Okay.
I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
Okay.
I got a good wisdom
Continuing
score,
the way
damn it.
you were going or the way you came?
Way I was going. No reason
Alrighty.
to turn around now.
You reach the end of the hallway. There is a shuttered window at the end.
I open the window.
Outside, you see an orchard on the other side of some thick glass and metal bars, just weather barring.
Can the window be opened anymore? Like, can I get rid of the glass and the barring at all? Is it one of those kind of windows, or?
Not without breaking the glass.
Well, I broke a wall. What's one more window? Alrighty. Hold on. I can black with my hand.
You are about 3 stories up, looking outside.
You turn into a bird. The fuck do I care?
I'm just pointing it out.
Actually, I'm gonna just claw a mark into the side of the wall next to the window to know that I've been here and keep going. If there is a way to keep going in this direction.
It is the end of this hall.
Ah, all right. Back the way I came in.
Alrighty. Are you still impulsively opening doors?
Yep.
Alrighty. Alia,
Yes.
let's see here. You and Emma are 1-all at the card game you're playing, and you're about to shuffle again when there is a knock at the door. After just a couple seconds, it opens, and Reginald is standing there.
I love you, text to speech. You're hilarious. It read none of that right. That was great.
Nothing?
I see it now.
Not even the stuff I spelled right?
Hold on just a moment so I can send Scorchy the server info.
Sorry, I got no idea. If I could like figure out a way to do it backwards, but this thing is auto-connected since you gave it to me originally, so I just sort of forgot.
Yep. Alright, the port is... I can't type it out there while I've got the window open.
And min-max for map tools. I used to know that. That's like a 150 by 1,000 or something for map tools.
51234 I think is the default.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay. Reginald is there, and he steps into the room and opens his mouth to speak before looking around and noticing that you two are alone. Where have your friends gone?
Okay, this is
I
your
don't
perfect
know,
opportunity. What friends? I never had any friends. Are you crazy?
If you mean the crazy crocodile man who follows me around, he wandered off without me.
Ah,
I told him
And-
it was a bad idea, but he doesn't listen to me.
and your two elven friends?
They went with him because reasons.
Oh dear. How possessed are they, would you say, of discretion and respect of privacy, and perhaps even of knowing when to turn around and come back to where they were?
One time we were in a maze, and Varg just ripped through the walls because he couldn't be bothered with it. And another time we came up against Jublex, the demon god, and confronted him head on. Make of that what you will.
No sense of self-preservation whatsoever. Could you please come with me, ma'am? Quickly.
Sure. I get up and start following him.
Is Amesua coming with you?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay.
This is going swimmingly.
Reginald leads you down the hallway away from the central chamber where there's walls.
See, now I'm just typing for the sake of having the text-to-speech thing say, because it's good time.
That's awesome.
Sorry, I completely forgot that she had a new computer, so a lot of the stuff never got done. It's
Yep,
my bad, I suppose.
Just relay that stuff to her. So Reginald leads you down the hall to a door. It's just another of the normal bedroom and a side room, and the doors are really similar everywhere in this place. You don't know how anyone tells their way around unless they count doors. Anyway, he opens this door, and beyond it you can see a staircase. And he leads you, he ushers you in, and then closes the door at the bottom of the stairs behind you. Gestures for you to proceed to the top while he closes this door. And then waits, and follows you up to the top and gestures you forward. Beyond the door at the top of the stairs is another hallway. Now let's see here. It's... you see him counting on his fingers. Left, please, ma'am, and please lead the way. I need to... Keep an eye out for your friends at the back here. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Sense motive.
I
I think I'm auto passing this sense motive check.
Actually, I think you are. What's your modifier?
Let me double check. 34.
Yeah, you're auto passing it. He is very nervous about something, and like, he seems worried but not scared.
Okay, I will go ahead. Emma, you stay back with our friend here.
He follows close behind you, but he's watching behind and occasionally leaning close to doors and listening at them, but not going in. And eventually you come to a door that is not like the others. It is a very large stone door with no carving, with intricate embossing on it, but no, it is not an oak door like all the others. Reginald gestures you closer to it and asks for your help in opening this one. He grabs the handle and waits.
Okay, I'll grab the handle and help him pull. Or push, whichever way the door opens.
You pull on the door, and slowly it slides open. It's just immensely heavy. And he gestures you inside. It's quite dark inside.
Okay, I'll go inside.
He comes in, and the door closes much easier because he's able to pull it closed himself fairly quickly. And once the door is closed, the room lights up. There's some sort of markings on the floor, and they immediately begin casting light upwards. And although there is no furniture in this room whatsoever, it's a large, about 30 feet on a side, perfect cube of a room. After a few moments of this glowing, this weird fractal shape shows up in the middle of the chamber, glowing long rectangles, all at cross angles, all with little tiny bars sticking off of them, all of them sort of arranged in some sort of big tangle of shapes, but none of them are intersecting. And at the middle, there is a fairly prominent bright white cube. Reginald walks over to it and begins tracing his fingers along the shapes, mumbling to himself.
I've seen the movie Cube. I'm nervous about him touching that.
There. In the light cast from this weird sort of illusion floating in the room, you can see that there are actually two doors, the one you just came in and another more plain oak one on the other side.
One of them takes me to the source, the other one takes me back to the Matrix.
There are no TV screens, there is no old man with a mechanical pencil. Acorial.
I'm still in the kitchen, aren't I?
You are still in the kitchen. But after a few moments, you hear a weird sort of slithering sound out the door back to the hallway.
Oh, that's ominous. Let's go take a look.
You grab the door, and it does not open to your touch.
Headbutt it.
I think that hurt me more than the door.
I forgot you're not Varg.
Yes, and that is both a blessing and a flaw.
Hmm.
Anyway, this close to this close to the door, you can hear it's like wood sliding against wood out there.
Is there a keyhole or anything?
There is no apparent keyhole.
I think I might know what's happening out there, but a real way to check. But I don't want to break down another door while we're in a demiplane and potentially fall into the same black pit.
The door is suddenly swung open away from you, and you're grabbed by some figure who pulls you through.
Great.
You fall in a heap on cold stone floor, and you hear someone saying, "Quickly, quickly!" behind you. And then the door is closed. You look up and you find yourself in a large stone room with She Who Stalks just coming in the door behind you, and Reginald slamming the door, and Alia standing not too far away, possibly looking bemused.
Hello, Alia, Reginald, and Esma.
Hello, people who run off when you're told not to.
You're expecting me to let Varg run off alone?
I did.
I'm not you. In any case, Varg has made a problem.
There's a surprise.
Yes, I'm trying to find him, but I don't suppose any of you have anything that your friend owned, do you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Give me a second to think on that one. No, Nemithra did. No one else ever did, so no.
Oh, Reginald, if I said the word demiplane to you, does that mean anything?
Only in the... Before I worked here, I did do scholarly work at one of the universities in Blackwater. So I know you're talking about something magical, but I don't know if that's what's here.
Well,
I assure you,
confirm that is what's here. We are inside a demiplane.
The indoctrination for new butlers and house staff here is quite thick. I've been here for a few years. I still haven't gotten through all of it.
Well,
okay.
I've gotten an answer recently to what happens if you break through the walls of a demiplane. Can you guess what did that?
I'm afraid I don't know what the implications are, sir.
I'll put it this way. Varg headbutted his way through one of your walls, fell into a black pit, and I have no idea where he is.
Okay. Reginald turns back to the big glowing fractal shape in the middle of the room and begins tracing his fingers along it. He looks quite distressed.
While we're here, I'm gonna throw a detect magic at myself and take a look at this big fractal thing.
Mm-hmm. It is quite clearly an illusion, and you can only assume that it is projected by the painting, which appears to be in black paint on this obsidian floor. On the floor, you'd have a hard time reading it without something to, without a better light source or some way to like outline the drawings.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here. This changes the layout of the mansion, doesn't it?
It doesn't change the layout of the mansion, but that door over there, pointing at the oak one, I can connect that to any door in the mansion. So as soon as I can find your friend, I can bring him here.
He's the keymaker. Sorry, I just watched the Matrix trilogy.
Oh boy.
It's okay, we'll allow it.
That's a nifty piece of magic.
Well, you see, what I'm quite worried about is that your friend is going to find his way into the dining hall before the cook staff has left it.
That is a problem because someone say please.
He's going to, if that happens, he's going to be angry for some reason, isn't he?
He whom?
Varg. I'm assuming there's a problem with the cooking staff.
No, he's going to be eaten.
I think that counts as a problem.
Well, he won't be angry about it.
I think that's also incorrect.
No, sir, I assure you, he will not be angry about it. The manual's very thick, but I've read most of the important chapters.
Like 90% sure that Varg will be one doing the eating, but that's just me.
Well, I suppose we better find him.
I am working on that, sir. He broke through the wall. If I show you how to read the map, can you show me where?
Possibly. There was another servant who pulled me into the kitchen area after I rang a bell. If I knew where he pulled me from, I could likely find it.
Where did he you to?
Into a kitchen? From a pantry.
Pantry with an attached kitchen on the 3rd floor in the east wing. Okay, I have found it. And where were you walking to when you were dragged in?
Question is there any way to tell the direction?
Oh, I don't need a direction. I need where were you walking to?
No, I was attempting to get back to the room Alia was waiting in with the Mestua.
Okay. He moves across the illusion and begins drawing his finger along one of the shapes.
Of course, the main problem then would be, if it changes based on where I was trying to get to, Varg had just sort of picked a direction and walked in it.
Yes, that is my worry too. Your friend looked the hungry sort, and I am hoping that we find him before he finds the dining hall. I have found where you were. One moment. He makes some odd gestures at the illusion, and then goes over and opens the door. And you can see a hallway, and across the hallway, about 10 feet down to your left, there is a hole in the wall.
Vaguely Varg shaped. About the right height.
Yes, he
If
charged
only
through
walls
that
broke
and disappeared.
completely.
He might still be in there, or I actually don't have any idea. As far as I know, you haven't broken through a demi-plane before.
When he broke through, by any chance, were there some screams of horrible agony?
I don't quite recall if there was any.
No.
Then no.
Reginald sighs deeply and throws himself into the blackness.
Well. I hope he has a good time in there, because I am not following him. So, Alia, what do you think of that the Varg might be eaten? Or so Reginald thinks.
Sorry, what about Varg?
Reginald thinks he might be eaten. Do you think that's even a possibility?
Maybe. Sort of be poetic justice for him.
Maybe. I wonder what could eat Varg. Maybe the cook staff turn into whoever they're serving.
On this part of the island, a mansion eats you.
After a moment, the door out of this chamber that is currently open, looking into that hallway, Coriel, you hear a knocking on it.
Okay, that's odd. Let's go open the door.
It is currently open.
Oh, but there's knocking coming from it.
Yes.
Okay, let's enter the room.
You are back in the big stone room.
Okay, let's leave the room and close the door.
Oh, okay. You close the door. And after a few moments, is opened, and Reginald is inside and gesturing you back inside.
Back in we go.
I'm terribly sorry about that. I forgot to close this door so that I could get back in after I found out which floor your friend had gotten to.
Did you find out then?
The good news is he was on the third floor.
Was?
The bad news is that he headed for the east wing, and if he's going to come back, he's going to have to come through the atrium. And that means he must come through the ballroom, which is directly beside the banquet hall.
And Varg being Varg, there's a very good chance that he'll just go in there.
So I'm going to take us to the banquet room and hope we get there ahead of him.
Yes, that's very good, Hope.
Varg.
Hello.
So, hello, Scorchy. I see you're transmitting, but I cannot hear you.
It says they're transmitting to me, too.
All right. While she's doing that, Varg, you reached the end of that hallway where there was just a window. You turned around to go the other way, and eventually you reach the end of the hallway, which ends in a door, not in a window.
Open door.
Inside, you see a very large ballroom. There is a chandelier in the ceiling, or in fact 2 chandeliers, one hanging from the other. The ceiling is a good 4 stories above you, and there's a sumptuous cloth hanging in great banners on most sides of the building. There's a big glass window looking out. You presume looking out on the orchard behind the mansion, as you can't see the road leading up to it. And there are doors on the opposite wall, both big double doors.
Ah, nobody in here. Not interested in collapsing the chandelier at this moment, so I'm gonna head to those double doors.
I can hear noises coming from Scorchy's mic. Like that.
Communicate in Morse.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, fine. I have to yell into the freaking screen. That's lovely. Alright, so a few weeks ago I got my computer replaced and yeah, a whole new setup. I was going through the configurations on Mumble and everything worked perfectly fine. I didn't actually have to do anything really strange, so I'm really at a loss about how this is going on. Or did you guys just lose me?
No, we hear you
Yeah,
right
I
now.
hear you.
Okay, that's good, because
You having trouble with map tools, right? That's the issue.
Yeah, that's an issue too. 2 issues going on.
That's the second one.
Yes.
No, what is the second one?
No, that is the second one.
Map
You got
tools is the
multi-type
second one.
What was the first one?
The first one is communication without yelling and spitting all over my screen.
Oh, okay. I
Because
was
it's
really
not
lost.
a normal layout at the moment. I literally have my mouth right against the top of my laptop, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, you've checked the there's a preamp in Mumble, and there should be a preamp in the Windows recording device settings.
Yeah, I did that when it was all set up, and this wasn't a thing. I'm not sure how to fix it if it's just a random problem. So just audio input. Let's see.
I'm just.
Alright. How's this?
This sounds fine.
This sounds fine?
Yep.
This sounds fine. I'm not yelling. I don't come across really weirdly.
Nope.
Alright, problem number 1 was solved. There were a few things checked that shouldn't have been. Alright, problem number 2. I'll get started on fixing that. Sorry, I completely disrupted everything, didn't I?
No, I'm actually just setting something up.
Okay.
So, yes, Varg, you're in this banquet hall. There are 2 great sets of double doors on the other side of the room.
Well, there's only one direction to go in. There's nothing in this room, so I'm gonna go in that direction.
Well, yes, but there's 2 sets of
Oh,
doors.
2 sets. What directions do they face each?
One pair is closer to the windows. One pair is further from the windows, both on the same wall. If you choose to designate the windows as south, then
One further away from the window, please.
okay.
I just flipped a coin.
Nice. All right. You go over to those doors, open them wide, and you're looking on that entry hall where you originally let in the front door.
Okay, I know how to get out of here. Yay for me. Now to go open the other one.
You go over to the other one. You open it, and there's a brief noise followed by sudden silence, as though someone was making a lot of noise, and then heard you open the door. One moment.
Oh, Varg.
Have there been anything else on the other side of those doors I opened first? Like anything? I wouldn't have gone this way, but if Varg just sees the entrance, he's not trying to find the entrance. He's trying to find the people who were freaking delaying him. And, well, had it been anything else, like another hallway or anything, he would have kept going. But, well. Because now he knows where he is relative to the house, sort of. So now he's going to think, oh, well, I have a way back, so I'm going to keep exploring. And then he runs face first into whatever the hell that's about to happen. What?
One moment, I'm just setting this up because when I was designing it, I did not know from which direction you would approach it, so I just need to set it up correctly.
The really dumb one is usually the best answer.
Alright, snatching you off of an inventory.
How dare you? You might want to grab Vargisian and Rex, as I got a feeling that's going to involve stuff. Like 80% sure we're going to end up with a freaking food fight.
Oh, come on. I know it already. Okay. Varg.
Yeah.
You swing open the door, and you find yourself to a great dining hall. There is a table there that is I don't know how it could have been made out of a single piece. There's side tables all around the room where food can be arranged before it is to be served at the table at the center. The table has 8. Uh, pardon me. Yes, version B8 is the one you need to use, Scorchy. There are 8 huge high back chairs around the table. And there are 7 hideous beasts at the table, who all turn as one to stare menacingly at you. On the table is heaped a huge silver, on which is a petrified looking but otherwise very alive looking boar. Would probably be the best word for it, although many boars are 20-foot long.
That's the scenario here. I walk in on that.
Yes.
Almost really breaking up for me right now. 1 second.
Hold on, I just realized that the boar is not showing up. Load, damn you. Okay, I'll just remake the token. There we go.
So, giant live boar on the table of unusual size, surrounded by monstrous creatures that are giving me the look.
Giving you the stink eye, yes.
Varg announces rather loudly. Why didn't I get any of that? I freaking love Vor. Hey, have you seen the mistress of this place? Dang, you're not coming through, Takash.
Sorry. You ask them, have you seen the mistress of the place? They begin growling, but you notice that their mouths are closed, tightly closed. In fact, they might even be sewed closed. They begin slowly approaching you warily.
I increase to large size to give them a look. And I proceed to do a flying leap over the table now. Hold on, let me think on this. I had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the big. Let's see, what's his exact area on that? Uh, 10-foot cube per level. Does it have to be connected cubes? Is the question. Doesn't say they have to be connected. It just says a 10-foot cube per level. So I'm
Right,
going to
but it
assume they
doesn't-
don't need to be connected. Then I'll get the drawing tool.
I'm just going to go on record saying that I like this plan.
Okay. For your reference, Varg, the actual ceiling in this room is only 20 feet up. In the banquet hall behind you, the ceiling is taller.
Oh, I see. It's centered on that. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yes, if you're using the radius template, it's centered.
It's one per level, right? Yeah, 1 10-foot cube per level. This may take a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 of them will create enough cubes to elevate each of them to the roof.
Yeah, I want them all to go to the roof, essentially. Also, hold on. I made one large drop. There we go. That's more or less right. I guess I could do like a full circle around them for the sake of. I mean, I have enough cubes to get them to the roof without a problem.
Right. Well, this is your intent, and you are attempting to catch them. You are attempting to catch them with
Basically,
this
I want to,
surprise aggressive action.
What I want to do, yeah, is just grab them off guard and have them flail to the ceiling. Basically, I want an anti-gravity line from.
Yep.
So I'm just going to run through the middle and laugh.
Okay, so you're no Windows 8 doesn't, but you do need Java 6 1.6 installed, not 1.7.
Yeah,
So
that's
make
always
sure-
irritating to deal with.
Make sure you get that installed. Actually, I think I have a link to the installer still because it's getting harder and harder to find. 1 second, let me see if I have it around. I do. Share public link. And yes, what I'm doing here is totally against the terms and services, but you tell me what the alternative is. Anyone with text-to-speech enabled, get ready to giggle.
Yay!
Okay, so Varg, this
No, I
is your
forgot to draw. To be
this
sure,
is-
I do want to.
catch those back to as well.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Okay.
this button. There it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, those two in the back. I'm not trying. I don't want to exclude them from my terrible plan.
Yes. So you were attempting to enact this this aggressive standard action on them. You don't have still spell and silent spell, so roll initiative.
I have a surprise round.
You still need to. It still takes you a few seconds to do that, and if they have a better initiative, they get the chance to try and react in surprise as well. They're looking straight at you, so.
Oh, there's a 23 for you.
Oh, that should be pretty hard for them to beat, actually. Yep, that happens.
Yay!
Hold on, I can beat that.
Hmm?
Well done. I am looking. Which one is it?
Are you carrying a luck blade or something that lets you re-roll?
More like a luck stone. Unless I want to spend a hero point and I can't beat them, so yeah, tough for me. So yeah, they beat my initiative, but I still declare it a freaking surprise round at some effort.
Yes, which means you and they each only get a move or standard. One of the two chefs nearest you seems to be holding what you would have thought was a mace if you were out in the world fighting monsters and demons and all that. But he lifts it, and you can see that it is clearly a pepper shaker, and he gives it a big shake.
I'm so unimpressed it's not even real.
Please make a will save.
Okay, that's what I'm good at. The other one I'm good at. Well, kind of average, but they are 27.
The world around you begins to sparkle and shine, and everything looks bright and beautiful, including especially that big silver platter on the table. It looks so beautiful and tantalizing, you want to go lie down on it.
Can I just take it with me? I mean, I have somewhere to be. I mean, I'll take it with me. I don't mind lying down on it, but I'm not a wizard, so I can't make it float. So I'll just, bring it with me, I suppose.
Oh no, it is so beautiful that you just want to go lay down on it.
Okie dokie. Was that their turn, or we still got stuff going on? Okay. Going to assume it's a magic compulsion effect and just kind of act it out.
Mm-hmm.
I want to lay down on it. I'm of the opinion they're either going to stop me from doing that or something. So would I still cast reverse gravity to keep them busy while I go deal with the plate?
The everything around you is just a bright, beautiful haze. You can see nothing malicious, nothing horrible. The world is beautiful, and that plate is home.
It's nice knowing you, Varg.
I'm thinking, I swear to God I have a thing for this.
I mean, you're free to do anything to yourself you like, but you feel no ill will to the world around you at all.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out exactly what this means. Like, am I... Real quick, I forget I'm a druid sometimes. Was that a Fey effect in any way, shape, or form?
That was not a Fey effect.
Okay, like it wasn't caused by Fey, and Fey didn't. Okay, I gotta
No.
ask because
Yes.
I am a druid, and apparently that's something we're resistant to get. Okay, let me think.
It's mind affecting, but it's not a fear effect. It is a compulsion.
Hmm. Ah, yeah, okay, hold on. I think I have it. And it was caused by some sort of salt shaker, you say?
A giant pepper grinder, yes.
And it made a specific smell, yes?
He shook it, but nothing came out. It just made a shaking sound.
Ah, alright.
Like a rain stick.
Well, this is just plain old action weird, and I'm just gonna run with it for a bit. So, I don't know how fast I can get there. Let me measure. The plate's where the pig is, right?
Yes, but there's room around the pig for it. Like for
Screw
you,
that.
pardon?
Screw that. I don't share. Well, I'm not pushing the pig. I'm throwing the pig to the side. Like I am hurling that pig off the table in a random direction.
Well, that'll take an action.
Yeah, I know. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Let's. Well, hold on. I need to throw the pig. I can get there in one move.
Well, we're still technically in the surprise round, so you walked there.
All right, fair enough.
One of the other chefs steps closer to you, and he seems to be holding a great like a giant turkey baster, and he holds it up to you and drizzles something over your head. Make a will save.
34.
You have a really bad taste in your mouth, and you really don't like you really don't like the smell or the taste of this fluid, but you still really want to get on that platter.
So that wasn't an aggressive action then. It
Well,
was just a weird one.
he just gently drizzled something over you, and it doesn't smell very good to you. And you notice that all the other chefs are chanting, and one of them gets up and pulls a lead of the boar to make room on the table for you. And meanwhile, elsewhere, Reginald is hurriedly drawing his finger along a line of the illusion and tracing it towards a pair of very large rectangular rooms. Pardon me.
You missed me.
Yes, I know. I accidentally clicked the next button. Didn't intend to.
I'm going to assume I have a whole turn this time.
Yes, you do.
Well, I get on the table. That urge now satisfied. I'm assuming I can still see them.
Oh yes, but the world is still bright, and you feel no will to it, and you want to rest on this. You want to rest on this table and enjoy it. Relax here. You notice that this sow is in front of you, and she too looks very happy to be on this silver platter.
Ah. Well, okay, this is going to be kind of silly, but I am still a druid here. I want to use wild empathy to see if this sow has any idea what's going on, because if I realize the sow is under a magical compulsion effect to be here, I realize I'm under a magical compulsion effect, and I might get another save. I don't know if that's going to work, but it's an idea.
Okay. So what is it you're
wild
doing?
empathy specifically.
All right. Handle animal.
Natural 1.
Ouch.
I don't have any bonuses on
Did
them.
you deliberately have no modifier there?
Well, I don't know. I have a minus because of my horrible charisma and a plus because of being a druid, so it just comes out to no modifier.
Okay. It
It's a pig.
appears to be a pig.
That's a pig. Well, that leaves only one option then.
Which is?
Well, I want to lay down, right? I want to be on this plate. It is my plate, and I want to be on it. Yes, I feel no
Yep.
ill will towards any being.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just looking to see on how this technically works. Alright. I put an anti-life shell over myself. My fucking plate. It can't hurt anyone, it's my plate. Go away.
One moment. No, not ant-life shell. Anti-life.
Only ants are allowed through. If you move through it, you become an ant.
Alright, do I have any 10-foot radiuses? Yes, I do. Well, that's terribly pale. It'll have to do.
That's fine, I can see it.
Let's see here. Animals, aberrations, dragons, fae, giants, humanoids, magical beasts, monsters, humanoids,
If it's alive, it's not getting
Yeah,
through
yeah.
there.
more or less.
It's mine. Go away.
Okay.
Yeah, that means I never cast Regress Gravity, so let me just...
Yeah, go ahead and refund that.
Okay, refunded.
All right, you kneel down. You sit down on this on your plate, and you block out the whole world from sharing it with you.
My plate.
The chefs, uh, these four nearest you, begin mumbling through tightly closed lips loudly to each other. But these other three get up on the table and pull out great carving knives and begin cutting pieces of the sow away. It does not react or complain, and these knives hiss and glow white, and it seems that fully cooked cuts of meat begin falling from the sow onto the plate.
It seems not to care.
It seems not to care.
Can I get another will save? Because that don't seem right.
You will on your next turn.
Okie dokie.
Elsewhere, Reginald finally goes, "Ah!" Pinches the diagram and points at the door, saying, "Go!"
All right, let's run out the door.
One moment, transporting you to the correct map. You may now roll into initiative.
If you're curious, the sphere, you can see through it. It's only slightly like a
Yep.
shimmery orb thing, so they could see me.
I am best at initiative.
Well, you clearly have, a very quick mind, quick body.
Okay. And alrighty. Alia, you and the others throw open the door, and you see before you several very ugly orc-like, but definitely not orc creatures, uh, happily carving fully cooked roasts out of a still living sow up on the table, and Varg. You can just see him under the sow's feet. Varg is sitting on the table, surrounded by some shimmering energy, but looking. He has this very disturbing expression on his face, like he's happy or something.
I've
And
How
never
there's
dare
seen
he
that
be
before.
happy? How dare he?
you're
You're not allowed to
you're
have
not just
joy.
you're not just enjoying. You're just looking around, and everything is wonderful.
Okay, so he's high.
Yeah,
They've seen him like that when he gets really drunk.
Alia,
It's right
your
before he gets
move.
really disgusting. Drooly.
Oh, well, these guys must be members of his old tribe who split off sometime.
Okay, even as an orc, Varg was never as ugly as these guys.
Yeah, I was pretty ugly, but these guys are a different level of ugly.
That
Also,
is
these
amazing.
guys' mouths are sewn shut.
Yeah, and I don't think Varg would be okay with that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I know you want me to beat these guys down, but I don't see any character reason why my character would yet. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, other than slicing to a live sow with razor hot knives, and the sow seems pretty cool with that.
We already eat things.
yeah,
This is true.
I eat meat. That would be sort of hypocritical.
Well, live sow. Stabbing.
It was alive. We killed it and ate it.
Well, you didn't kill it as you're eating it. Well, Barb probably does. It's a daily basis thing, so I guess you don't care at this point.
It's something orcs do too. I don't just go around killing every orc I meet.
Meat, haha.
It would have been a very different campaign.
Yes, it would have.
Hey
Right.
Varg, how's it going?
Can I
Varg,
respond?
you hear no words. The world is just too bright and happy. Even the sounds are just distant chimes.
I just calmly sit there and stare blankly into the middle space, I suppose.
Oh, fine. He's not talking to me now. Whatever. I'm out of here. He's fine. Let's go.
Varg? The world
What do you
is a
say?
bright and happy place. But
Full
that
of people
pig,
who
but
carve pigs.
yeah, that pig looks far too happy for the amount of blood loss she's going through. You feel disturbed at a visceral level and make a will save.
Oh, well, that's not going anywhere.
you decide it must just be you, and that she doesn't feel the same way.
Okay, well, I have my plate, and I'm good.
Okay, Temesua. 1 second here. Hmm. Checking something.
Pretty sure she can detect evil pretty freely, but I don't know if these guys are evil.
She can actually only detect thoughts at will. I don't see detect evil or anything at will.
I'll detect thoughts. What are you guys up to? Eating. All right. Oh, there I said bye.
Yeah, she would probably have that on most of the time and only give people privacy by not paying too much attention. Give me just a second to make these guys saves. Or at least the one who's in range. Hmm. Yeah, she knows that they're intelligent and that they have surface thoughts, but it'll be a couple rounds before she knows exactly what they think they're up to. Alia, if there's anything else you'd like to have her do, other than take in the scene.
No, she's. I suppose she could try to read thoughts. I suppose, come to think of it, I probably should have tried to detect evil. But
The pig is pure evil.
I knew it.
The pig
Devil
is
Sow.
pure ham.
All
No,
pigs.
you're
Them
thinking of
killing it's a
Varg.
good thing. Die, Devil Sow.
Hey, it's a load of the
That
flies.
explains why it's so happy with getting cut open.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
She who stalks, who has certain obligations, does come into the room and starts yelling at Varg.
Most likely calling him an imbecile.
What the hell gives you the impulsion to run off into the middle of nowhere and Varg, what are you doing on that serving platter? She comes out to hear and
Do I hear any of that?
you don't hear any of that, but
No,
now
assume
that
it's
she can
nothing.
see the look on your face, and she does take the time to. Oh, hold on. You do still have her short swords on the character sheet, right?
Short swords? I don't know if she ever had short swords. You only ever gave her a bow, so I gave her a buckler and wished her the best of luck. I remember buying her a buckler, and I think I'm someone else, but I don't think you ever gave her a melee weapon, and I wasn't going to buy her one because she's never going to be in melee if she has any sense.
Hmm. Did you ever send me a character sheet for her? Like
You made her.
Yeah, I made the Hero Lab thing and exported it and gave it to you. But did you? I
Fairly
gave.
certain I did, but I'll show you it again.
I've just lost the link. Is all I mean.
Oh. Yeah, you never bought her any melee weapons, and I haven't either.
Hmm.
You put all her money into a bow that isn't going to hit the broadside of a barn for some insane reason I could never figure out.
I was almost certain I had given her a kukri or something, just as a spare weapon. But anyways, okay. So she will take out Duran.
Duran?
No, there's only one.
Aw.
A Coriol.
I'm gonna glance at Ollie and Ametsua here and remind them that we were told Varg might be getting eaten. And I'm going to move out in there after she stalks. But Varg seems to be ignoring being yelled at, so is there anything I can do to anything here?
If you're wondering about the barrier, you can roll spellcraft on it. It's not that hard. It's Varg, for God's sake. As of right now, you don't know what barrier
Well,
it is. So.
I think it's based on the spell level, not the caster level.
Well, he's really good at spellcraft. That's my point, and I don't have anything to like improve my ability to disguise my spells.
Yeah, and Coriel's basic action on entering any room like this is to detect magic and figure out what's going on, so let's do that.
Alrighty. There are a couple magical effects within range here. Let me just double check what kind of action it takes in order to, like whether it takes an action to determine. Let's see here. When you're actually in combat, you have to concentrate on on auras for 3 rounds before you can attempt to identify its properties.
Fun.
However, let's see here. Presence or absence. Next round, number of different auras. Round after that, strength and location, and schools.
Oh, he knows magic is happening. You can roll spellcraft against one obvious effect.
Yes.
Yes,
So
let's do that.
yes, the sow is under some sort is glittering with some sort of effect. Varg is covered in is ensconced in some sort of effect. And there's these chefs are definitely carrying magical items.
I find it funny that's a 1 I rolled there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's actually nothing that you can make a check for to determine schools or properties until you've been examining for 3 rounds.
Not even the anti-life? Alright. Then,
You could identify that if you were seeing him cast it, to recognize the spell being cast. Right now, well, you've only got auras to go on, though.
Then, well, it was an action to cast detect magic and an action to move in here, so I guess I'm done.
Okay. The chefs, these ones carving up the sow, take notice of these people entering, and this one steps down and wields his butcher's knife menacingly, but doesn't take any steps towards you guys. This one will actually do the same, and this one will continue happily carving away. These ones begin poking at this shell around Varg and
Get absolutely nowhere.
closed lips grunts.
You guys got reach weapons? No? Alright, go to hell. I fucking love this spell.
Okay.
My table. Mine.
Alright, that is all they're doing then. Alia.
Oh, you do not wield a knife menacingly at me, buddy.
And then you grow arrows.
Not even from 55 feet away? At distances, it's hard to tell he's carrying a knife.
I have a good perception.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny bit of metal in his hand. He's waving at me. How dare he? Turns out he's waving like, I don't know, a letter at you. Happen to have silver ink. Oops.
I was just going to open this letter. Oh, anyway.
Well, feel free to fletch one.
I begin inspiring courage.
Mm-hmm.
La 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 la.
You do know you don't actually need to sing to inspire courage, right?
Oh, then you do a little dance.
You don't.
Either
use
way, you look
any
completely
performance skill.
ridiculous. Yeah, but you have to do something to perform, so you're doing something completely ridiculous.
No, it relies on an audible component of some sort. It can be anything.
So I could scream, I don't know.
She begins humming the theme song to Thundercats.
Alright, there we go, that'll work.
Just talking counts.
I suppose I should actually put down
Or-
some
Or just the
BBL
normal noises
shapes.
you make by moving around. Anyway, start inspiring courage. Then I guess I'm going to mess up Chef 77's day with my magic arrows.
Alrighty.
Oh good, he's within range of me. I get my full basic attack on him. So first I'm going to rapid shot. So first I'm going to do my first many shot attack. +2 and +4. Does 47 hit his AC?
It does.
And now I also get to see if he's not immune to non-lethal, so yay.
Were you only rapid, not multi-shot?
I'm rapid shotting him. Many shot goes off automatically. I don't need to say I'm doing that.
Okay. So 47 hits. Roll the extra damage.
Yeah, here comes the extra damage. Here comes my rapid shot. And here come the rest of
38.
my attacks.
Hold on just a
Assuming
moment.
he's not dead.
73, and it's except for the merciful riders, it's lethal? Or is it all
No,
non-lethal?
If Merciful's on, it's all non-lethal.
Okay, 1 second.
He get arrow punched.
Yeah, the Merciful property makes all the damage your weapon deals non-lethal. Which in my campaign I actually extended to things like spells that they had on them. I, Aaliyah, will knock you all down.
You send out a flurry of 3 arrows that rip across the room, all bounce off of his skin as they deliver these extremely painful but not piercing wounds, and he falls over completely unconscious.
Okay, the rest of my attacks will go to Chef 16 then.
Okay. He has soft cover, but I don't think it's going to matter.
I have precise shot. And a seeking bow, which I believe ignores all cover.
Righto.
So here's all. All that's left is my iteratives. Here they come.
Hit. That one flies over his shoulder as he crouches suddenly.
That's all my iteratives.
Okay.
Okay, so swift and standard. I haven't taken a move. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Swift.
Wasn't that a full round
attack.
of attacks?
Yeah, Swift and full attack. Non-action, 5-foot step, end of turn.
Okay. Varg, the world is bright and peaceful, but you're beginning to get the impression that there's some buzzing sound at the edge of your perception, and you turn and you notice she who stalks, who's walking towards you and was shouting at you, but then she just sort of trails off and pulls out her bow and is looking around at the people around you there. You experience a brief moment of indecision and confusion. Make a will save.
Yep, I'm gonna do nothing this entire combat. I like my fucking table.
You decide she just must be irritated about something.
She wants my
She
plate.
usually seems to be a little irritated about things you do, and
Yeah.
you go back to your reverie.
I enjoy my plate. My plate.
Oh, Varg.
I can't help. I keep rolling below 5.
Amesua.
She's going to rush Chef 16 and deliver a non-lethal. Actually, I don't think I can charge him anymore. I think I just blocked myself with that 5-foot step. But I'm gonna
Nope,
run
you're
up
clear.
to him. Okay. In that case, I'm going to charge him with a non-lethal attack. It's -4 for the making it non-lethal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a wash with my Inspire Courage, and I get +2 for charging. Okay.
Oh dear. All right.
I may have actually killed him with non-lethal damage.
Oh boy.
And then his head exploded, and it was funny.
All right. Let's see here.
He
That's
falls down on his own
Depends what
cleaver.
you have to do double their total HP and non-lethal damage to kill them. So
The good news is you're not going to kill him, not even with the riders.
thank God.
I tell you, point knife at us, thud.
Anyone else want to point knives at us menacingly?
We don't put up with your shit anymore.
End of turn.
Okay. She who stalks sees that this chef here is still carving pieces out of that sow, unconcerned about you guys. He's got dinner to prepare, and by God, he's going to make sure he finishes it. But she's not sure she can approve of this butchery method. It may not be cruel and unusual, but it certainly doesn't. It certainly sickens her a bit, as you know, an elf who'd rather hunt her food honorably. Well, what sort of options does she have for him? I'm so sure that vengeful comments is proportional response.
Talking to me? I was looking up something. I was looking up a thing. What's up?
I'm just taking a look at her options for stopping this chef without doing anything too terrible to him.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I don't prepare her spells with the idea of, like, restraint in mind. She deals with way too much shit in her common day-to-day activities to, like, practice restraint.
But she does have this as an option.
What, her freedom call with freedom?
Nope.
Because freedom. America. Bald eagles.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Firing rifles into the air.
Yep, Varg, you may be remembering what her domain powers are, but you've forgotten what her domain spells are.
More freedom.
Up to one creature per level, all within 30 feet of each other.
So me and the pig.
D20 plus her caster level is...
I think it'd be more merciful not to do that to the pig.
Hold on. 15 for her.
DC of 11 plus caster level of the effect.
So she effectively has to roll 1 point higher than average if they're both. Yeah, screw it. I had a clever thing. Screw it. Roll, damn you.
Alright, because the pig is nearer, this first one is for the pig,
Yep.
and the second one is for Varg.
At least it
Alright.
worked.
You both blink, shake your heads, and find yourselves amongst enemies who are wielding knives and preparing to make dinner of you, and you are both very upset by this.
Murder frenzy time.
Let's see here. The boar's taken 3 rounds of carving, so she is at...
That's a huge sized boar. I think he's gonna stomp someone dead.
Actually, I should knock its size down to its actual footprint, not its representative for the sake of appearance's size.
Ah, so it's merely a huge pig.
Well,
Still
it
gonna kill
didn't
somebody.
quite fill the table at that token size, so
It was just a really big, huge. Gotcha.
yeah, there we go. Okay. And she won't have a turn until the end of the round, so. And yeah, she thinks that will take care of the situation nicely. Acorial.
Are you back with us then, Varg?
I
Also,
think these guys wanted to eat me. I'm not entirely sure, though.
Let's just move 40 in one move action.
Mhm.
Because
Okay,
Overland Flight should still be active here. I don't see it on
Yes.
the token, though. Okay, I'm going to move here. I'm going to hit Chef 90 there with a suggestion.
All
I
right.
suggest you stick your head up your own bum and go away.
Somehow I think that might be considered an unreasonable suggestion.
Maybe.
So my suggestion will be that he sits down and puts his weapons away. Or not weapons, tools.
Okay.
So I need a... So will to negate, that is a third level spell? Yes, that's a third level spell. So
Okay.
a will save of 25 to beat.
Oh, he's gonna just sit down and be out of it.
Could you repeat those instructions?
Put your tools away and sit down.
At the. All right. He'll get to act on his turn. But his eyes fill with dark blue sparkles, and you feel like you had an influence.
Well, that's my turn.
The boar turns and kicks.
Bye.
Wait.
What is that feat called again?
Awesome blow.
I suspect that is, yes.
Yeah, the one that if you hit someone, they go flying. Yeah, awesome blow. It's a standard action.
Here we go. 10
You
feet
make
in
a-
the direction of the attacking creature's choice.
Yeah.
If...
You hit a wall, you take extra damage. Or something solid.
Check. And slam damage as well. That's what I get for copy pasting these guys too early. This chef goes over to a small side table and begins putting his carving knife and a big salt shaker and a few pouches he had on his belt of various seasonings on the table. This one here. Yeah, he's oh right, pardon. No, he
He's
did
unconscious.
unconscious. Yes, pardon me. I misread the HP total here. -20 out of 70 due to non-lethal is unconscious.
Possibly with a broken jaw.
43 here is quite distressed and begins retreating away. 74 here is upset. This is his dinner that he had just arranged here, and now it's getting up and bristling its thorns, and, well, he was looking forward to the taste of Lizard Man.
I wonder what he tastes like.
And so he does the only responsible thing he thinks he can do, and charges She Who Stalks. How dare you? He would be saying if his lips weren't stitched closed.
Her AC is not that high. Considering it's an at 20. Please roll to confirm. Please roll to confirm
pardon me,
you're
I
at
didn't
20.
see it was a 20. You kidding?
Confirm your next from that 20. It's a dreadful critical of instant heart stab. Whatever you crit. So fort save for her.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me roll the let me add
Plus 10.
Pardon?
Hers is a plus 10 fort save.
Oh yes, but first I was rolling the extra damage due to it being a confirmed crit.
Ah.
Alright, 24 total. And
D20 plus 10.
Fort. Well, that's good news anyways.
No.
Also, the dice is completely broken.
Yep, that's nothing but nat 20s all day long.
She gets to keep all of her flesh.
But gets stabbed.
Yeah, gets stabbed, but that's all. And this one here begins trying to cut at Varg, but his hand can't reach past the perimeter of that bubble, so his knife isn't long enough. Alia.
At this point, I'm realizing I should have taken more enchantment spells. Other than that,
The recolored blue ones are either cowed or unconscious. The others still seem hostile.
Although the Chef 48 might be hostile more to the pig than to us, he'd just take a hoof to the face. So the 74 should be set on fire and thrown out a window.
Let's see. Well, everybody on the field right now is out of my battle range, so sorry, is out of range of my bow without me taking penalties. So I'm going to move and cast a spell. And I think, yeah, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Charitable Impulse on Chef 74.
Okay.
He gets a will save, or I'll just link it. He gets a will save, or else he has to do all of this stuff for 19 rounds.
19 rounds.
Heal injured creatures within 30. Give his weapon away. Okay.
So if we just leave him alone for the 19 rounds, he'll be completely naked, and he should just give up. Anyway, he gets his will, and he fails. Yay! The DC was 20.
Okay, that's 74. You said. Which one?
Yeah, 74.
Okay. He stops swinging his knife at she who stalks, and instead turns the blade around and offers it to her, handle first. Varg, you no longer feel like this giant silver platter is the best place in the world. Now you're beginning to realize that these people were trying to cover you in seasoning oil. That's this horrible stuff that was drizzled on your head, and cover you in pepper, which they didn't get to do before you put up your bubble. And this one here is trying to carve you up.
Oh, guess what? He gets to be the first one to get eaten instead. So come here, you. We're full attacking. Okay,
You're going to have to stand up first.
You can't full attack while prone. That's news. I know you take a penalty to attacks, but then you couldn't full attack.
You could make an attack with a penalty, but making a flailing full attack from the kneeling position would be a little difficult.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll stand up. And free action, 5-foot shift to the south, because I can't move my cat. Oh, there he goes. I don't technically need to move, do I? Regardless, my attacking bursts the bubble, no matter how you want to theme it, so I'm going to attack him with a claw, because Errol's fair in love and war. And food fights.
Yep. You lean close to swipe at his head, and your bubble collapses.
Let's say 48 hit him.
It does.
Okay, you're going to take a lot of damage in the next 2 seconds. Oh boy, let's see if I've got all this right. Yes, I do. Prepare to be amazed. And 2 damage to myself. So it's 47 plus 25.
The D4 and 24 is your rend, I presume?
Oh yeah, that's the rend. So the total is 72 exactly. And the other D6 was the one bottom there is 2 damage to myself, which I already took. Because it's a vicious weapon, so.
Okay. You stand up, growl, swipe your hand down at him, and take his head clean off in one blow.
Nice. I like
He
my
only
hand.
had
What's it taste
70
like?
HP.
What's his head? What's my hand? What's he taste like?
It tastes like very bad spoiled blood.
Yeah. No, that's my turn. So.
Emesua.
Well, that's disappointing.
Trying to take them all alive.
Yes. Varg keeps killing my streak.
Guy was trying to eat me. I'm gonna bitch slap his head off.
Yeah, Emma's going to run around and start bitch slapping Chef 48. So forgot to deduct that from my song last round. Okay, Emma is within range, so yay. She's gonna go for. She's also going to go for a non-lethal attack. She gets the discordant voice, which unfortunately is lethal, but
An extra D6 or lethal won't kill anybody. Well, anyone's not these guys.
We'll see.
Peasants
we'll
excluded.
See It'll kill a commoner.
Peasants excluded. Actually, a D6 only has a rather low chance to kick one down.
Okay, so with the penalty for non-lethal, it becomes a wash, but I get the extra to damage. So here that comes with power attack.
Mm-hmm.
Take non-lethal piercing damage somehow.
Yeah, she turns her spear around and bashes him with the blunt end. And he is still up, but he's wobbly.
Yeah, I moved an attack. I don't think I have anything that she can do as a swift. So I guess that's her turn.
Okay. She who stalks takes
Do not
the
attack that guy.
takes the offered knife.
Starts it in his face. I don't know, you take it, stab. You just take it, stab. Take it, stab.
At least wait till he can do the other stuff in the priority list.
She takes his knife, takes a step back, and
You go prepare his unconscious allies for dinner.
I give you a whole second druid, and you do nothing with her except turn her into another combat item. No utility powers in here whatsoever that aren't her domain powers.
Okay, I want you to go take a long look at the druid list and tell me which one of those are actually useful utility powers besides Stonewall, because we got jack crap. I gave her heals, I gave her stone walls, and it's the best I can do. Everything else is like explosions or like take down a house or stuff like that. Druids are not utility casters. They're just not. They have way too many explosive powers, like Volcano Storm, Ash Storm, all sorts of stuff that's designed to hurt people, or at least make the terrain difficult. I can think of, like, off the top of my head, Word of Recall, Fickle Winds, which I gave her. I even gave her like Sea Mantle. It's like some buff utility spells, but nothing that like knocks people unconscious, unless they take Merciful. I don't think we get Charm Person. I think we get Charm Animal, but no Charm Person. It's mostly clerics that can do stuff like that. I mean, look, I even get mind
Alright,
blank, sea
in
mantle,
that
refuge,
case-
heal, control weather. I move earth. It's not like I didn't give her utility. It's just not knock you unconscious utility.
In that case, instead of stepping back and giving him some word of power to convince him to stand down, she is going to
Headbutt him. I
Probably
don't know.
throw the knife at Chef 48 and knock him down.
Probably.
she is going to say, "Thank you. Now kneel."
Yeah, that works.
Nat 20s, always good.
By the way, antipathy.
No, that's an at 20 intimidate, so good for her.
Mm-hmm. Da, 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 da. Ten plus the target's hit dice plus Wisma. Yeah, that exceeded. Take actions that do not endanger it. It cowers. Acorial.
That's a 9th level druid, so you can't have that one. I can, but she can't.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's do this. Moving over 20 feet.
I think I do have it actually listed.
What level
And,
is she? What
She
level
can
can she cast to?
8. 8 is her limit.
no, actually I need
And
to
she
move
only
over
just
one more.
recently got that too.
Alright. And now let's bladed dash over to the guy.
Oh, cool. The cool ninja movie I have.
Yes.
Okay, Euphoric Tranquility.
Not familiar with that one.
I wish I had that. That's awesome.
And that'll just put me over here. And now the attack. I am going to be hitting non-lethal, but considering I get my intelligence bonus to my attack, not really any downside at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's plus 12, okay. So I'm going to do a plus 8 for this.
Ah, yes, euphoric tranquility is the sort of basis of what Varg and the Sow were under.
I forget, does bladed dash do anything for damage? No. Okay. And that is lovely.
It happens. 5%.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, that's my turn then.
It happens. Just be glad I don't use a crit fail table.
Yeah.
Aye, natural fail, eh? Alright. Let's see here.
You have stabbed
Roll
yourself
that.
in the face.
I like crit fail tables. I don't care how much they screw over the player and not the character you're fighting against.
Yeah. Oh, I'll use them for GURPS, but I think they up the stakes too far in D&D likes. Alright, you leap across the table and trip across the platter itself and end up catching yourself and landing on the far side, but in no condition to be swinging swords.
Great.
The boar sees an opening and goes for it.
Squee!
No, you're bleeding to death. Come back. I can heal you.
You hear Reginald start screaming in terror.
Hey, you can take the pig.
I forgot about him.
The chefs. All right, this one is kneeling in front of she who stalks and mumbling and covering its head. This one is dead. It doesn't get to have actions anymore.
No, it doesn't.
This one finds a cabinet finds a side table at the edge of the room and cowers underneath it. And this one, even though it
Does we
just
maybe all the way home?
witnessed, even though it just witnessed that marvelous spectacle, it's going to drop its knife and begin weeping on the floor.
Good job, folks.
We win.
The pig has the sow has gotten itself stuck in the door here. It's smaller than the because the door on the other side inside the map room, it's smaller than the double doors here. The sow cannot get through.
Okay, first thing, I'm going to cure critical on the sow.
Okay. And I'll
So
allow
stop
you to
bleeding
make a
out.
handle animal check as part of that to try and calm it.
I actually have handle animal, I can do that too.
Now I'm curious. They already cut out parts of it, right?
Well,
Like on
yes,
the
but
table?
handle animal is normally a full round action if you want to calm an animal.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
There are pieces of the sow cut out like on the table, right?
Oh yes, already cooked slices of ham and whatnot. They hadn't gotten to the legs yet.
Nothing happens to those, and sow gets
No,
healed.
they're
does
still
it?
they're still sitting on the table on this great silver platter, looking delicious.
Let's feed them to the pig.
And just completely fuck off everything in reality. Yeah, no, I got dibs on that. I'm eating that. And because these guys don't taste good, and I'm just going to deny them food. Otherwise, I'd eat them. Poetic justice, damn it.
Somehow I doubt we're going to get paid anymore.
Varg takes up his piece of pork off the table, munches on it, and says, "They taste horrible," referring to the chefs.
Yes, well, they've had their mouths sewn shut. I can't imagine that's the only thing that's happened to them.
Well, good. Don't eat the other ones then.
Anyways, Alia, the sow. See, you find that the sow is still wearing a lead, and you manage to calm her down.
I vote we call her Bessie and keep her.
Yeah, we can send her to the Aurelian estate with that magical gate spell you got.
Yeah, tomorrow maybe, actually. No, I don't think she could fit through it.
No, she is too big for the mirror.
Yeah, we make her fit. Give me a minute.
Well, we just cast reduce on her.
In any case, that can't happen until tomorrow. For now, we should figure out what we're going to do when we're in this house that is its own demi-plane.
We
I
line
suppose we
these
should
idiots
bind the
up,
guys who are still
and
alive
I body
somehow,
slam them
yeah.
into the table one at a time until they learn their lesson.
Yeah,
I
they-
think
they
they've learned
eat.
their lesson.
About trying to eat me? Or about trying to eat passersby?
with some prodding, they begin to they gather up their unconscious comrades and all stir in a corner.
Varg gives them looks. Very predatory looks.
Mm-hmm. After the as things settle down, Reginald comes in. No, I don't have him. Varg, you may be thankful. Chris, you may be thankful, rather.
Yeah, Chris is thankful.
I'm disappointed.
I can think of one problem. Varg killed one.
He was trying to kill and eat me. I am well within my rights.
And I don't have a problem with it. We're just probably not getting paid.
We're getting paid.
Reginald comes in and begins surveying the situation and finds a bell that's hidden in a cabinet and it until a few others
Varg
show
takes the
up.
plate with him. It's his plate now. It's made of silver, right? Well, it's mine now.
Okay, that can be your payment. We'll get the rest of us will get whatever she was gonna get
Yeah,
us.
No, this is my bonus for having that happen to me.
yeah. Do you see
It happened to
the
you because you ran
silver
off.
portion of this table?
Yeah, is that this? That's the whole plate. That whole thing was one giganto plate.
Yes.
That is a big freaking plate.
I said a great silver platter, and
Okay.
standing on it is a boar 20 foot long.
Oh, I thought there was two plates for some reason. Okay, well, I'm not taking that with me. I was going to use it to bash these guys over the head, teach them a lesson, but now I have to take the whole table.
In fairness, that platter is pretty great.
Anyways, Reginald summons a couple other of the house staff and they begin consoling the chefs and trying to escort them out. And Reginald stays behind to he looks over the dead chef and oh well I
Varg
should
moves
be
over,
able to
and
convince
takes it out,
the lady. What are you doing with that?
trying to figure out what it is. Look it over.
It's one of the chefs. Leave it alone.
That's not what it is, though. It's not an orc. Its mouth is sewn shut, so how does it eat?
The chefs don't eat.
And what was with the boar and the stabbing?
They were preparing it for the
They're
bleeding, I
cooking.
assume.
Oh. Huh.
They come out of hibernation every couple days. We bring them to the banquet hall, and they prepare food, whatever food we leave in here.
Hibernation. But what are they?
I don't know. What sort of master of weird monsters do you think I am? I'm just one of the butlers.
Holding the dead corpse in my claw, I offer it to Ikoria and go, what is it?
You know, it occurs to me I never bothered to study them closely. Let me see if I know what they are.
Yeah, come here. I got one.
You know,
No, I have a dead one. Just look at the dead one. The living ones probably aren't going to be too keen on it.
yeah, I'm probably not going to figure this
I'd
out.
rather
unless it's
examine a
innately
living
magical.
one, thanks.
Alright, fine. Excuse me while I do something with the dead one.
I'm assuming it's not engineering, so
Alright, to put this dead body.
unless they're golems.
There to put this dead body. Well, I can't huck it through the mirror. They're not any good for eating, so that's out. I doubt the sow wants a bite. Hey, Mesua, do you like eat evil or something? Pretty sure these are concentrated evil. You can eat this one if you want. They don't taste that good to me.
I'll examine it.
Anyways.
Why not?
Knowledge, not engineering. These do appear at face value to be relatives of the orc and goblin family, but they're definitely not anything particularly common. In defense of that determination, nothing about this this mention has been particularly common.
Well, since this body is useless to me, I'm gonna go take some of those tools I left behind. In particular, the dead ones in particular.
There's only one dead one.
Yeah, the dead ones. I said the dead ones.
Okay. It had a large turkey baster, like 3 foot long, and a large carving knife, which is blade hums quietly.
Oh. Hey, Ikoria, what's this thing do? And I offer the blade.
Detect magic.
It is magical.
Let's get some spellcraft up in here.
Because I don't know about you, but if this was a really fancy way to serve food, I just found my very first eating utensil.
This is a knife that cooks any meat that gets separated from that gets cut off.
Varg, do you like your meat cooked?
Usually.
Then yes, you'll like this knife. It does it for you.
Sweet. So what else should I call that? Cook it knife, I suppose?
Does it
would be
need
a
a name?
cook's knife.
Magical cook's knife. Now on my loot and inventory list on my page, I now have a eating utensil for the first time ever.
Varg is slowly becoming civilized.
Yep. And this turkey baster is just full of turkey basting, I assume.
It seems like looking at it, it looks empty.
I give it to Ikorio. Is this magic too?
It is.
Hooray! More spellcraft.
You're not sure precisely what it would do just studying it, but there's definitely transmutation at work here.
All right, let's try and use it on the floor.
Okay, use it on the floor.
A thin white, smelling of rosemary and thyme fluid is dripped on the floor.
What happens to the floor?
Nothing notable happens to the floor except it gets wet.
You think it needs organic material?
I don't know.
Well,
Is the
some
dripping
organic.
magic?
There's nothing magical about it after it's on the floor. No.
I slap the dead chef on the table and put some of this basting on him. See what happens.
It smells delicious.
I take a slip to try and nibble on, using my knife.
You cut off a very well cooked slice of orc relative, and it smells delicious.
I take a bite.
It tastes delicious, but in an abstract, indescribable way. You couldn't say why it is delicious. You just bite into it and feel like announcing, "This is delicious."
Well, I've
disturbing
discovered
sort of way.
I've discovered a disturbing way to make food delicious, guys. Like anything delicious.
She who stalks retches quietly.
You already ate anything.
Well, now I have a reason to eat anything and make it taste delicious.
Too bad you didn't have that when we were eating Jubilex.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Emesua comes over and gives you a very stern look.
I was doing it
Tells
for
you,
science.
stop doing that.
I'm just face palming.
It was for science. I'm not gonna eat him. I'm gonna use this on like other things.
You just did eat him.
Well, I didn't have anything else to test it on.
All you do is eat people.
You've got some of this stuff on your own head. Why didn't you bite into yourself?
I'm gonna let you just think on that one for a minute and answer it yourself.
If I was still in the room, I'm just gonna give him a blank stare.
Hey, I bit into myself. I'm delicious.
I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm just gonna keep my turkey baster for when I have
Your
reasons.
blackberry skin has worn off by now, by the way, Alia.
Sorry, what's that?
So
Your
magical turkey baster.
blackberryified skin has worn off by now.
Oh, I'm disappointed now. I was hoping I'd have to cure that and could walk around eating myself for a bit.
Yes, in those places where you bit out some bites from your arm, you now have sort of rashes, sort of hickeys wherever you'd taken a bite.
Well, I was delicious. Maybe I should drink some more of this stuff.
There's something very wrong with you. Well, I'm not gonna continue eating this
wrong with
orc
all of
because it
us.
doesn't taste quite right. I mean, it tastes great, but not that kind of great. So,
Varg,
eh?
you lick clean your fingers after eating a bit of that guy, and you find that you think you're delicious.
Apparently, I'm delicious, guys.
Yeah, you ate some of yourself earlier, didn't you?
No, I never ate any
Yeah,
of
but-
myself.
No, he was covered in orange peel. Yes, but no, Varg, your fingers taste very delicious. In fact, it takes some effort to not bite one off.
Yeah, I'm not biting my fingers off. I think he got me with a turkey baster earlier, so I'm gonna go take a shower. So I stopped tasting delicious. Where are the showers in here?
Reginald, who has been looking aghast.
I'm going to clean him off with prestidigitation.
Okay,
That works.
Varg, you feel cleaned.
Yay.
You don't feel clean, but you feel cleaned.
Yay?
You
I looked
still
original.
you still get the distressing sense that your sweat and the oils on your hands are just delicious.
Yeah, this might be magical. It needs to either wear off or be dispelled.
Reginald, who's been looking aghast and trying not to judge, finally starts ushering everyone back towards the transit room and saying that he'll get some of the other serving staff to deal with the leftovers, gesturing at the sow in the corner, and he'll have to see about finding another meal for the lady.
Is there any like silverware on the table or something like besides the giant plate?
There was silverware. There was silverware on the table, but just around the great silver platter. They were not serving plates out yet, but there are some on these side tables.
I nick one. Blatantly. I'm looking it over. Is this magic too? Is everything in this blasted house made of magic?
Emesua looks pleadingly at Alia.
This is a magic
really
plate.
Let him get away with all of this?
Actually, you know, this is an improvement to how he normally eats his food, so you might want to let him. Just throwing that out there.
Sorry, I was having trouble with my thing. What happened?
Varg picks up a silver plate, wondering if it's magical. It looks like he's going to walk away with it.
Leave the sow alone.
I'm not going to eat the sow.
He's just nicking the silverware and the.
Wondering a lot if it's magical and whether or not it does something else to food.
You sat on it, Varg. Did you?
Strangely enough, that would have been completely in character for old Aaliyah, but no, you really shouldn't be stealing, Varg. Put that stuff back. We're gonna get paid in a minute.
Fine. Puts the
Somehow
plate back.
I doubt that, but
He puts the plate back and continues on.
you might want to shrink, Varg.
Oh, fine.
Maybe next time you're told to wait somewhere, you should.
Let's not push our luck here.
All right.
I'm still hoping he can learn something from one of our adventures someday.
He's learned how to use utensils?
No, he's learned what to call utensils. Fork, it's like a tiny, useless knife.
Yay, for tiny. I got a new knife. This knife will do wonders. Instead, my loot, I'm keeping track of that. I'm going to be using this on stuff I shouldn't.
Okay, I'll give you actual stats for it later. Reginald leads you back to a room, another sort of smoking room where you can wait, but it doesn't seem to be the same one you used to be in. And he says,
"More
please,
fucking waiting.
Just please, just wait a few minutes. I can't take you straight to her ladyship. Like,
why not?
In this state."
Varg, remember, we're inside a demi-plane. She was getting fed by these strange orc things.
That's why I'm asking why she needs... He's got 20 minutes and I sit down somewhere. Already waited like more than an hour.
Reginald makes thanking, praying motions and disappears out the door. And this time it's only about 10 minutes before he comes back and gestures you to follow him to the study. And he looks like he's lost most of his fluster now. He's relaxed again.
Arch rolls his eyes and gets up.
Before we get there, Reginald, should we be keeping quiet about anything?
No, I've explained to her ladyship what has happened. You know, you went looking for the outhouse and got lost in the hallways, and then one of you clumsily fell through the wall. At his size, I'm sure that's quite possible. And then you accidentally found your way to the dining hall while the chefs were still there, and it's all a completely innocent misunderstanding, right?
Well,
Varg.
Okay, sure, why not?
then proceeds to lead you to the study, which again is the 3-story tall library. This time, her ladyship is already down at ground level, in her chair. She's going through she's nibbling on a small a little chocolate covered hors d'oeuvre, and is looking over a few papers, wearing thick reading glasses, and she looks up as you enter. And give me just a second. Need to see my wife off.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna let Alia handle all the talking here.
Varg might as well, depending on whether or not she says something incredibly worthy of attention. Like, how dare you? I was looking forward to lizard folk.
Okay. Nope. One moment. Okay. Got to the car before she realized she forgot her keys. Anyways. Everyone still here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, the Lady Kai looks up and... I understand that you've cleaned out the basement and had a bit of an adventure while you were waiting for me.
Yep.
Oh, like I said, I'd like to leave the place to my grandchildren, but it's just not safe for small children yet, so we'll be working on that. I'm sure my grandson, my great-grandchildren inherit the place. I'm sure my grandson, dear little Torax, will help me tidy up some of the hallways that... Oh, I don't even wander around too much. I leave the servants to do that. I don't want to get lost. My adult memory doesn't treat me very well these days.
Wait, I'm confused about something.
Hmm?
Torx has... are your great-grandchildren Torx's kids?
Oh, I'm afraid not. They're of Torax's sister.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, I'm afraid they don't let him get out much from his research outpost. I'm sure he'll find a nice girl someday, but for now he's just too busy with work.
Yeah, and spying on them with magic glasses.
Hmm? What's that, Harry?
Oh, I didn't say that in character. My character doesn't know about that.
Oh yes, this Alia doesn't know about them.
Well, we fixed your downstairs basement.
Oh yes. Let's see here. I had some of the boys take a look around and make sure that everything's okay down there, and it all seems to be well enough in order. I'm guessing those naughty statues that beat you until you feel better, I guess they're just not as a little too hardy for you, but the rest seems all in order.
I could break them if you really wanted to. We didn't know if you wanted to keep them or not.
Oh, I'm sure we'll figure out a way around with those.
It's that or seal them shut. Your choice. We can do both. It's just a matter of we didn't know if you wanted to keep them. They seemed a bit more intrusive to the room. It was center point and all that.
Yes. I understand, dearie.
Integral. There it is.
Well, like I said, you would be paid for your assistance in those dangerous rooms. Now, let's see here. Where did I leave that? She starts looking around, shuffling through some papers on the tables around her. After a few moments, Reginald goes past her and opens a drawer and takes out a key that has a tag on it and brings it back to you, and hands it to one of you.
What's the key say? Key has a tag. What's the tag say?
The tag is written in Assyriani.
Okay, what does the key say?
The tag says vault.
Cool. Oh, just for future reference, because this may actually screw up some plots if you don't think about it when you're writing later. Sappy has the ability to read any language that's written.
Gotcha. We'll
Just
continue
so
to
you're
keep that
building
in
stuff
mind.
later, yeah.
Yep.
It's not that you know, so you don't end up building something around written words nobody can read and then have that blow up in your face.
Right. Okay. So, Reginald hands you the key, and the Lady Kai starts speaking again. Now, I don't really know what the kids these days are into, but I'll be sending you along with one of the boys to go on down to the vault, and you can take any one thing you like from down there. I'm sure there's some trinkets that might be of some use to you, left by my late husband.
And you keep doing the knock whenever you mention him.
Well, it's you know, you don't want to jinx things, so I just make sure I knock on wood.
He a lich?
I beg pardon, dear?
I think we would know if he was.
I think so too, but why would you knock
I think
on
you're
wood?
a lich.
I think you're a lich.
Now, children, no need to argue. It is Reginald, if you'd see them down to the vault and make sure that they're safely out before the sun rises.
Varg shrugs and goes along with it.
She touches something something you can't see on her on her chair, and it begins rising up floating back up to the 4th floor. Reginald cracks his fingers. Okay, we're all clear. This way, please.
This has been a very trying day for you, hasn't it, Reginald?
I am afraid so, yes.
I'm
Look at the
glad
bright
to have
side.
brought some chaos into your life.
Yeah, at least we'll never have to deal with this ever again.
Oh, not until they next want to renovate the basement. And God knows what's going to happen when they want to renovate the west basement.
You have more than one basement? Why?
Let's just not go there.
Have you seen the size of this mansion, man?
Can you just have more, just one big one? Varg doesn't know engineering, okay? Leave him alone.
Yeah, the basement isn't just there for another room, Varg. It's part of the support for the house. If it was just one big open thing, the house would collapse into it.
But magic.
That is a decent answer.
Yes, it is.
So Reginald leads you to a down one of the hallways. Takes you up to the 4th floor, actually, and takes you down a hallway, and eventually presents before a door that is very similar to the basement door. It's also metal, not oak. And he asks for the key.
We assumedly pass it to him.
And he unlocks the door, tucks the key away in his apron, and opens it wide. And inside, you see a very long hallway with racks, with racks on either side, with various items, all of which have a very large brass plate written in Assyriani beneath them. And he says, now I know the lady said you can have any one thing you like, but
Is the room one thing?
no, the room is not one thing, but I
Uh,
strongly
Can I have that
recommend.
room with the sex servant?
we broke that, remember?
I want another one.
I still have what made it. You can always try to repair it.
That's true.
Continue what you're saying, Reginald.
I think we might have broke him.
I don't recommend you proceed too deeply because the vault is guarded and we don't know by what. So anything in the first 20 feet of the room should be safe to take.
So you're telling me the really good stuff is being guarded by stuff in the back? Yeah, I know where I'm going. Nice try.
So we should take nothing but the lamp?
Well, in the first 20 feet, there are 6 pedestals, 3 on each side.
Alright, let's
And-
inspect.
They're all labeled simply by name, and you rapidly begin to understand that these are unique things.
Ooh.
Let's just knock everybody out and take all of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of I would do that, but I don't think your character would, be up to
No,
it.
no, that's not really do that, no.
There are 2 characters in this party who are strongly against that.
I'm all for it. It's all magical stuff. Give me.
Mhm. So, you may have something that is labeled the Anathema Archive, a very large and heavy volume. Let's see here. Pardon, not an archive. It's a very heavy scroll between two great gold embossed scroll cases. There is a sort of Antikythera device, like an orrery, showing the planetary system around Galarian, which has been labeled the Flame of Guidance.
Does the planet with all the undead on it have tiny little undead guys on it?
Like a skull moon.
They're all labeled only with their astronomical designation.
Oh,
So this
that
is the
makes
first
sense.
one, right?
I beg pardon?
The first one was the scroll. Then there's this.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
I knew I missed something. I blanked out there for a second.
The third item is a there we go. A sword-length key with numerous gem-studded hoops and discs on it. It is labeled the Scepter of Ages.
Ooh.
That's just plain shiny.
That's probably just looks shiny, so that we'll take that, and it's worthless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to study some of these things with detect magic later.
Oh, yeah.
There is a fist-sized ruby mounted in a rune-carved scepter held in place with platinum stems, which is labeled the Jewel of Everlasting Gold.
Really?
Well, that just ruins the economy. Pass.
Yeah, seriously. Well, gold is worthless now, everyone.
There is a large shield emblazoned with the symbol of the sun, labeled the Shield of the Sun.
Creative.
Can't be what I think it is. Moving on.
It's a shield that lets you crash the
And-
sun into the planet.
That would be funny.
There is a dark orb with inside it. There is swirling smoke in there's swirling red and. One moment. There we go. Red and green smoke inside it that has been labeled. That is labeled Orb of Dragon Mastery.
Well, I'm tempted by that one.
Okay. Let's cast Detect Magic, and then
What
I
color
will.
was the orb?
Red
Dragon
and green.
Master. Green?
Red and green.
Red and green? Well, that's just weird.
Red and green.
Okay. I will cast Detect
Crimson
Magic.
and green, if you must.
That is weird. Go ahead.
I will follow Alia and cast Detect Magic.
It controls
there's-
the Christmas dragon.
There is nothing.
Santa's dragon. That is awesome.
There is nothing in this room that is not glowing bright with the power of an artifact.
Very well. I'm going to use what knowledge is there, along with my vast knowledge of every single knowledge field, to do knowledge checks on these things.
I'm just going to use Spellcraft Knowledge Arcana.
Well, yeah, the thing is, I don't have to just rely on knowledge arcana, since I already also have knowledge history and knowledge nobility and knowledge local, and anything else that might pop up. That was easy. Browser cannot be started. Thank you. Oh, it's because you.
That'll
It's because you
all
pasted
be.
them all as one text. Yes.
One
Oh,
second, let me.
jeez.
Alright, well.
It is the greatest artifact known to mankind.
What is he doing with this just in his fucking... My head.
So we'll see if any of these are useful.
Well, the orbs are. They're exactly what I thought they were.
Summons the Christmas dragon.
Yes, it will summon a chromatic green dragon. Well, it's keyed to green chromatic dragons.
Well, I can't touch the Shield of Sun with a 10-foot pole.
I think Alia might want that Shield of the Sun.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
actually really nice, since it lets me pretty much be a level 20 paladin without having to gain more paladin levels.
Yep.
Only the spell casting ability of a 20 paladin, I believe.
I know. Well, it's not like the special mount's gonna be any help.
Mm-hmm.
Although from reading around on the forums, it turns out that you get to bypass normal weapon limitations with the weapon ability, so I'll probably end up taking that just because the special mount would be useless.
Mm.
Well, it's keyed to as a druid's animal companion, and I'm a level what? If I ever get to that point, I'll be a level what? 23 character with a level 5 animal companion. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
By the way, chromatic green dragon general type page.
Anyway,
That,
Scepter of Ages.
That Anathema archive is nice.
Well, the problem with the Shield of the Sun is also that I have to wield it as a shield.
Which is, I admit, a problem for a bow user. But these artifacts were picked for their relative power, not their specific usefulness to the group.
Oh yeah.
Now the question is, do we try and go farther in?
I vote yes, because most of this is, other than the shield, most of it's kind of theoretically problematic, like going through time. Yeah, that's going to be fun. The Orb of Dragon Mastery is useful. It's not to say it's not, but it's not that useful. All of this is worth, of course, an obscene amount of wealth. I mean, theoretically, the Jewel of Everlasting Gold is worth infinite wealth, theoretically. It's just, after a point, it's not worth anything. Also, there's some rules with the Jewel of Everlasting Gold that makes me suspicious, extremely.
I know I'm only on the second thing, but just from a character perspective, I like the idea of the Scepter of Ages because I can go back in time and save my mother.
Mm.
Well, that's up to you on that one. I
Well,
hope you go
it's
further
up to the whole group. Well, it's up to the whole group what we're doing. But if you want to see what else is in there, we can just fight whatever the Guardian is, I'm sure.
Yeah, to be sure, if there's anything here that you know for sure you want, I say grab it, and we can use it against it if it's useful in that sense. If not, let's just get in there. I mean, we punched Jubilex in the face. I doubt he has Jubilex in here, so let's go kick whatever Guardian he summoned in the face.
I will
I see
gladly.
Scorchy has jumped to the
Let me just
channel,
see,
possibly to lend her vote.
What's going on? Excuse me, I got caught up in some family drama.
Oh, okay, I assumed you'd been watching the stream and listening in.
Yeah,
That,
let's not get the Jewel of Everlasting Gold. That thing's useless. You can get 1,000 pounds of pure gold a week. Really isn't that much gold compared to what you get from adventuring anyway, at our level.
I thought it was once per
What?
day.
Excuse me, what's the situation you wanted me to help vote on?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Nagashi.
They have they've finished their task. Their brief adventure with getting lost in the building and accidentally stumbling upon the chefs has been overlooked, and they've been offered to take any one item out of the vault that they like. The lady Vanessa Kai, her husband was a bit of an eccentric, she says, and I'm sure he's gathered a few items, a few things that might be of use to you kids. I don't know what kids are into these days, so just go ahead and pick any one thing you like out of there.
Your voice acting work is lovely.
And they've been told that in the first 20 feet the room is safe, but it gets quite dangerous. It's guarded by something deeper in. So the 6 items in the first 20 feet of the vault, which is a hallway that extends as far as can be seen, are 6 major artifacts.
And do we have information on any of these artifacts?
Yes.
Yeah, we have links in the map tool server. Maybe you should copy those over to the Mumble.
Yeah,
Just
I
a moment.
can't access this.
Yeah, I know.
My early,
Appreciate it.
if we're not going to go any deeper, my early favorite right now is the Scepter of Ages. A, because my character can use it to go back in time and save her mother, which would be nice. And B, I probably wouldn't stop the war because that changes too much, but saving my mother when she went south would be nice. And B, because it opens up doors to other adventures.
I really suggest everyone turn off the narration text in Mumble before I hit enter on this list of 6 links.
Yeah, how do you do that?
It's under configure.
Yeah, I don't remember how to.
Text to speech.
No, there it is.
Okay. Then again, I'm also all for going deeper in and defeating the Guardian in hopes of finding a spell jamming helm.
I'll put it this way, I
out
am
of
completely...
this selection, my favorite one is going to be the Flame of Guidance, weirdly enough.
And that link to chromatic green dragon type that's the type that this Orb of Dragon Mastery is keyed to.
You know,
Oh,
the
I've
classic
never
green
looked at
dragon.
Makes sense. A green orb wouldn't.
Why would we want? Well, why would we want the Flame of Guidance? That's probably the
It
most
works as
mundane
a-
of these items.
I'd want it just because it gives me a natural armor bonus, fire subtype, complete immunity to fire, and I can apparently control the celestial lens once I get within 3 miles of the damn thing.
Well,
But-
I'd rather get something. If we can only get one item from in here, I'd rather get an item that benefits the whole group.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, what
I'll,
else is there?
I'll put it this way: there's no way a Coriol is grabbing anything other than the Anathema Archive.
Unless there's something deeper in there, it's like even more powerful. Like I said, I say we go deeper.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with going deeper, but he's grabbing
Because
that
the
right
shield,
now.
I can't even grab the shield if I wanted it. You're grabbing the Anathema. She's going to grab the Scepter, most likely, assuming nothing else is in there. So I just leave the Flame of Guidance, the Orb, and the Jewel of Everlasting Gold. The gold is useless. The Orb is only vaguely useful, and the Flame is only useful to a single person. So you tell me.
Oh wait, and Messua and She Who Stalks are with us. They can both grab one, can't they?
Yes, I can.
I thought we got one item as a group, not one item each.
No, each. You said each.
No. She said
As a group.
one thing.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said we should grab. If we're going, since we can only grab one thing, we should get something that's useful for the whole group. That's why.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's go deeper then.
That's why I was.
Deeper.
Yeah, just go
That's-
deeper. This stuff is not all that great.
Yeah,
as a
so I was
group.
thinking. That's
Oh,
why I
it's
was thinking.
amazing,
This
just
is the
not-
whole pool we can choose from. The Scepter of Ages would be best because it opens the door to other adventures.
The past,
That
and
is
the
the thing.
future, and
But if you can go deeper and then backtrack, if you don't like what you see ahead.
Yeah,
exactly.
we can go look. It's just there's a powerful guardian in this place if we go further. But if you guys want to kill the guardian, get some extra XP, and then be able to choose from everything in here, we can do that.
I like that
Well-
option.
Violence and adventure, who doesn't like that?
But yeah, but that's why I say the Scepter of Ages is good because it opens time travel stories, which gives us more stuff we could possibly do in the future. But
Yeah.
I'm all
that
for
can be our
pressing ahead.
fallback. That can be a fallback if the stuff going onwards isn't all that great or worthwhile, nearly die.
Yeah, and I'm all for going ahead and in hopes of finding a spell jamming helm because that would be even better for that.
But a spell jamming helmet only work for you.
And it's a specialized helmet that lets you fly a spaceship, basically.
Yeah, but it would only be for one person.
No, a spell jamming helm is it's not even actually a helmet. It's a magical artifact you can attach to a ship to allow it to fly through space.
Okay, so
And in a world where spell jamming helms exist, that means that it's a spelljammer world, which means you can travel to D&D settings and stuff.
Pathfinder in space sounds really fun.
Fight the
Let's go
elephants,
to
yeah.
Dungeon Hand. No.
Well, I doubt there's one in here, but I'm always holding out hope for one because you can just keep stretching things into infinity after you get one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The
Same
Infinity
the time
campaign.
travel. Then you also have to key in the butterfly.
You got a spell jamming helm, but it is cursed. But it comes with your free choice of Frogurt.
Lol.
So,
Alright, let's get
are
in
you
there.
lot in agreement that you want to try going deeper?
Yep.
yes.
I am.
Yeah, This
Okay.
is the part where we get slapped in the face. Let's do this.
Fighting
$10 says
naked
it's the Paizo
bear
Golem.
ducks or something.
All right. What I want to know is, you guys have snatched up items to look over them and marvel at them and whatnot. Are you going to put those down before you start heading deeper?
Oh yeah, I'm not that dumb.
Uh-huh.
That would be the thing. I figured I wasn't even touching them. I'm just examining them.
Okay.
Wait, if we
I
could
don't want
drop,
to. I don't want to
drop the
risk
item.
touching something being considered picking it.
Yeah, same here.
or is it okay? What is considered picking it? Is it picking it and then leaving with the object, or is it just picking it up in general? 'Cause what if you drop it off and then by grace of everything,
Well, they've not
you
been
can't get access
told.
to it again?
They've not been told that there's any sort of magical lock that will only let them take one thing. However, if picking something up meant some irreversible choice, I'd have mentioned that the moment a Coriol jumped out and said that he's snatching up the Anathema Archive.
Oh, well, in that case, why don't we have Varg wear the Flame of Guidance while we go through this? And yeah,
I was
in that
saying-
case, why don't we use these items to help us fight the Guardian?
Well, yeah, like use
suppose
the items and then
that's
figure
not
out how useful they are, and
blaming
then make
it.
your decision based off that. Take
I
the scepter.
guess.
Time travel.
All right.
I'm fine with it.
Hey,
Okay, screw it.
technically, couldn't you take the Scepter of Ages, use it to go back in time to
Oh,
before you
God.
got the Scepter of Ages, and just keep
just
going through
do
the
that.
loop?
Just do time loops. You can't keep yourself from doing it since you're doing it yourself.
I'm
I'm
of
sure
the
nothing
opinion
bad
that-
will come from this.
I'm of the opinion the only
I
item
know.
here. Hey,
I'm
everyone,
just being an idiot. Let's not do that.
The only
That's
thing
nothing but
here-
bad plan.
the only thing here that if we were going to take to help us defend ourselves, that would actually make a significant difference, would not be the Flame of Guidance, but the shield. And I don't want to risk picking up the shield and then we try and find something better and try and claim that instead. And then the golem or whatever guardian this goes, oh, you can't claim two things, and punches us in the face. I'd rather just leave it
what
as
if
it
you
is.
break the shield or something? What if something damages it?
It's an
It'd
artifact.
probably
We
be
couldn't if
best-
we tried.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, what if the golem itself is an artifact? Can artifacts destroy other artifacts? You never know that.
Usually
Artifacts
not.
can only be
Artifacts-
destroyed
not
by their
unless the artifact says it
prescribed
can.
method.
Yeah, like the Anathema Archive can only be destroyed if you feed it to an angel that's deaf and blind, doesn't know it's eating it.
Well, that's wonderful then. Let's just hope whatever guardian of this thing is then.
Yeah.
In
But-
setting, artifacts are literally items created by gods or godlike beings. Their terms of destruction are so precise that
Yeah.
you'd have to go through a miracle to accidentally destroy one or to lose one by circumstance. Like-
The only way a mortal can actually destroy an artifact is by casting Mage's Disjunction on them, in which case they have a 5% chance of that happening, and then the god that made it coming and kicking their ass.
Okay, well then in that case, it does make sense that we could just take the artifacts, test them, and then, go on from there and come across the next set and see which ones we want to
Oh wait,
rule out.
I just remembered something. Hey, Quill of Revelation. Is there anything that I would want more than the Scepter of Ages deeper into this dungeon?
Give me a moment to consult my list.
We'll just
Varg
we'll
speaks
see.
up. We're sitting here considering what to take, and does it occur to anyone else that whoever it was that her husband was might have been powerful to the point of ridiculousness?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a kind of like
Yeah,
an
but-
obvious insinuation, which is why we are worried about the danger forefront.
Yes, I want to see if it's
You
worth
think we'd
going
have heard
further
of him or something?
I want
We
to see if
haven't
it's
even
worth
heard
going
his
further.
name, I
Mhm.
don't think.
Let's
It was
see
probably
here.
Medra Bogger.
Yeah, clearly. Or like guy did the paralyzed finger point.
Yeah, he probably is a lich, and he's in there.
Actually,
Oh
Too
yeah,
bad
that'd be
they-
very interesting backstory. I like liches. Let's go find a lich.
I am
actually,
afraid I have to say that if repeat the specific question you're asking of the quill.
Okay, I'm just let me just look over the quill's terms more.
Okay.
So, Peacock Spirit, what? So I can use it. Oh, I can use it to cast Contact Other Plane, and then ask 10 direct questions. I haven't used that ability this week.
Correct?
Do it.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's see what. I'll take. I will take suggestions for questions to ask the Peacock Spirit. It's fucking stupid.
What are the three most useful artifacts that can be used presently, and then three less useful? I don't know. It could help narrow down the
No,
range.
it can only answer yes or no questions.
Okay, see that wasn't.
Oh,
fair.
actually, no. It can give one-word answers.
one-word answers. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I thought it could only give yes or no answers, but it can actually give any one-word answer.
Can we defeat the Guardian without any of us dying?
Yeah, do we currently have the power the Guardian's place?
Is taking the Shield of Sun a good idea?
I'm actually posing that one as a question. Question 1. Do we have the power? Do we currently have the power to defeat the Guardian of this place without touching any of the current artifacts here?
Scribble, 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 scribble.
Okay. Let me just. I'm double checking what creature it is that you're asking. It's the intellect that guides it. The peacock spirit.
Yeah, some sort of peacock god. Yeah. Oh wait, there's actually a link for the peacock spirit. That's awesome.
Yeah, it goes to Pathfinder Wiki.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The Empire of Thassalon. Mind, body, and soul, worshipped by mages, scholars, and aesthetics.
Isn't there a better wiki that would have more information on this? I remember the Galarian wiki having a lot, didn't it?
Galaripedia probably does, yeah, but
or is that the one that was purged?
It also was one of the ones that was purged. Because it was on Wiki. Or Wikimaker, or whatever the hell it is called. I'm just getting an idea of what the domain of this spirit is, so I know which row on this table to use. Okay, the artifact, you don't need to avoid int charisma decrease, so only consider the other options here. The quill writes out that it does not know.
That's 3 words.
That's
So
one
just
of the
unknown.
possibilities.
It's one word, hyphened.
Unknown.
Well, that's not helpful at all. Actually, can I ask it a question?
I'm taking
You can
suggestions.
tell
I don't know
Alia
what
to
else
ask that
them.
question.
Yeah.
How did I word this?
We should get the times. We should borrow the time stuff. Joe.
Are there
Just to
items
do
of
things.
greater power than those presented to us here, deeper within?
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Are there items of greater power than those presented to us here, deeper within this vault thing? Whatever they want to call this.
Okay. Question 2. Are the items deeper than this? Deeper within this area, more powerful than the ones that have already been presented to us?
It is quite certain.
So yes.
Yeah, well, there you go then. That's all the intensive I need.
So we don't know if we can beat it, but we do know that there's more powerful stuff. That's sort of a risk reward thing that I'm sort of fine with.
Yep.
Hey, we fought Jubilix in 1. I'll take on anything this world wants to throw at me at that point.
We have like 8 other questions, right?
Yeah, we have 8 other questions. We might as well use them.
If you got any ideas, I got all I need to know. I could ask it like what it is, what the Guardian is, I guess.
Ask if we can take more than one artifact without physical harm. Or any kind of harm, really, I suppose.
Oh, question 3. Can we use the artifacts presented here in order to defeat the Guardian without breaking our promise of only taking one artifact?
And or pissing off the Guardian.
Because if we can do that, that makes things even easier. because if we can use these, if we can take the shield of the sun and the thing and everything and use it to help defeat the Guardian, that makes the fight even easier. Well, that makes things easier for us. Unless it's lying to us, but meh.
I don't know, as we would regret taking more than one
Alia,
artifact.
knowledge planes.
Sorry, what was that?
Knowledge planes, please.
Sure, just a sec. That would be knowledge, not engineering. You know what? I will jack of all trades that. I get 42. I think I still have one more for today after that.
Okay. The spirit that guides the Revelation Quill is an entity of the astral plane.
Fucking Paizo golem.
No, that means there's a 50-50 chance it's lying to us, so these answers could all be crap.
God
No,
damn it.
it means there is a 1 in 5 chance of it lying.
Percentile chance 1 to 44. Oh, true answer is 1 to 44. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. There's a little. Oh, so it either lies or doesn't know. So if it gives us an answer, there's a fairly decent chance that it's a correct answer. Okay.
Should ask if we would regret taking more than one artifact.
Well, that's a stupid question because I would, because I'm lawful good and promised I wouldn't.
True. Okay.
Would Varg regret? I shouldn't be helping you.
Yeah, go
like
ahead
that.
and try.
Would Varg regret us taking more than one artifact from here? That's true, but it just struck me that he wouldn't because he never regrets doing anything.
This is also true.
Okay, let's ask more pertinent questions.
Yeah.
Because either way, we're not taking more than one artifact out of here. If Jublex and this place's Guardian got into a fight, who would win?
That's actually a pretty good one. Do that one.
Also, if the Hulk and Superman fought, who would win? Not really that one.
Then we got this.
Yeah, this is all sewn up. I figure we have enough actual information we need about this place now then.
I'm
Do
actually
you guys
curious
have
about
any more
one
questions
thing.
you just want to ask the Quill while I'm here?
I'm
Go
curious
ahead,
as
you
to whether
first.
we'd blow this place up in defeating the Guardian.
Would we damage the room in defeating the Guardian? Ask that one.
Would the staff
Would-
offer redo options if we fucked up?
That's actually a fairly decent one. Well, that would mean we claim it, though. It's a
No,
little
it wouldn't be
fishy.
claiming.
Oh,
It's
no,
called
'cause,
test going like test using.
No, that's a good point because if we stay in the room, then we haven't claimed it, so we can use it to go back in time within the room and help ourselves in the battle if we lost.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
See, this is what I've been trying to get
Paradoxes
this time.
everywhere.
You shouldn't have let us have this be an option, guy. It was
Tiaxi,
just a bad idea.
you
Because if we go back in time and help ourselves win the fight, then we don't remember having lost the fight. So there's no reason
and
to go
that's why
back in
it's
time.
unknown, because it's all dependent
Oh,
on whether
I
or not we
know.
actually decide to help ourselves.
I know.
Ha!
I got one. Is
You
there
win.
is there anything to stop us from using the Staff of Ages and going back in time 5 minutes so that there's 2 groups of us to help us fight the Guardian?
Why
Just
5
go back.
minutes? Why not 2 hours?
No, we go
Because
back.
you wouldn't be
we
here
go,
yet.
No, we just go back in time 5 minutes now, so that there's 2 groups of us, and we all fight the Guardian together.
No, because if time like redo, not like actual tag team, because if you have the previous group with you, which is going to become your current group, you're not
we might break
exactly having
reality.
2 groups. It's
Because I
not
don't
breaking.
wanna-
Okay,
I don't-
look, it's not breaking reality because you just create a 5-minute time gap where one group exists and the other one doesn't. It's not even that's not even helpful.
Well, you can go ahead and test that. I'm not gonna. I'm going inside. 2 Vargs is too much Varg in one room. Let's think about that. There'd be 2 Vargs.
No,
2 of them.
if you had
For
like
even a
5
short
minutes
period.
Yes,
during
I
during
would
a
encourage you to not overthink what would happen if you tried to do a simultaneous existence paradox and how things would play out, because if you put me into that situation, I will just play it out.
Boom.
Okay,
No, I'm
Because
going
the
deeper
physics
inside.
of this are unexplored to your characters. So you
Crack the
can't
universe
even
in half
postulate
over our
what may or
knees.
may not happen.
yeah. Besides, right now I'm like a conscious or anything. That's one to
Okay,
dig in
fine.
here.
Okay. Okay, we already know we can kick this thing's ass since it's not stronger than Jublex and we can use the artifacts. So, any other questions anybody wants to know before we close this up?
Nope.
I mean,
Not just about the situation, just anything you want to ask the Quill. We got 4 questions to use. I can't use it again for another week, so we might as well get our use out of it.
I don't know. Will Varg ever find love?
Sure. Will Varg ever find true love?
boy.
Was it true love when his fingers had that stuff on them?
Not really. I mean, I kind of need my fingers to hurt people.
Yeah, well, you could fall in love with your fingers and eat them and eat yourself.
But I
and
need
that's right.
them.
You think you need them if you're a shapeshifter.
Okay. Well, the answer to that question is Parmesan, which can just raise more questions.
I'm assuming your true love is cheese.
I'm gonna go and find some Parmesan cheese and see what Varg thinks of it.
I'm going to direct you to the corollary item on the line true answer.
Okay, I can't really top that, so.
Will the sun come out tomorrow?
Okay, we can pretty much assume that one.
No, that was a joke.
Coriel, do you have any goals you want to know anything about?
Yes. Where can Icoriel go to learn the most he can about magic? Actually, it can only answer in a few words, can't it?
A word.
It can
One
answer
word.
in a one-word question.
All right, that's fine.
That's a true answer.
Hmm.
If only my character knew something
Wait a
about spell
second.
jamming.
Did this either the quill or the being that owns the quill just told Ikoria to go to hell? I find that amusing.
It's true.
Alright, that's all the questions. Let's get going. Let's go kick that guardian.
There are still 2 more
We have 2 more.
questions.
Yeah, it's 2 more.
Really? 2 more, for God's sake.
Hmm. Maybe we should ask that one again and ask where on this plane.
Is there anything? Is there any artifact related to your Odysseus inside the treasure chamber?
Sorry, what's up?
Was there any artifact related to Odysseus inside the treasure chamber? Because that would speed up whether or not I have anything in there I really want.
Related to what?
Odysseus.
I don't want an artifact related to Odysseus.
Well, if we know what's in there or not, saves time.
Actually, I got a better question that might help me save Varg's soul someday. Is there an artifact in there with the ability to break Varg from Odysseus's hold without having him lose his abilities? Still concerned about saving your soul, buddy. Okay, one more then. Who is John Galt? Nah, my character would know that. If I could ask out of character stuff like that, I'd just flat out
Is
ask
there
him
an
the spell jammer.
item within there that grants immortality? Within the treasure, you know. Is there an artifact with him?
Wouldn't that break your bond with Odysseus if you became immortal? You promised to give him your soul when you died.
No, it doesn't break. It doesn't say I'm gonna like.
You
I
never
can still be
promised to
killed by
die.
stuff. I might still die, just I won't die of old age. Kind of like, you know, it gives us more time to figure out how to fix the problem. You know.
Is there an artifact within these halls that will grant somebody immortality?
Or eternal life, or wherever the hell you want to think that. Immortality's closer, actually. Eternal life is kind of weird, but immortality is pretty specific. Well,
You have eternal life,
decently.
but not eternal youth.
Yeah.
Which one are you asking?
Immortality, which
Okay.
includes eternal youth, because that's just part of its definition. Yeah, well, there we go. Then.
Awesome. Okay. So here's my plan. We load Emma up with the Shield of the Sun. We load somebody who can use a mace up with the Scepter of Ages. We don't have a mace user, do we?
I could try and dual wield it or use it in place of my super good weapon, but
All it
rather
does is drain life anyway. We'll leave that. We'll load Emma up with the Shield of the Sun. Varg up with the Flame of Guide. And I think that's all that really helps us against the Guardian.
I was gonna still grab the Anathema Archive.
Moment, I'm
Oh,
just
that is, yeah. You can take that and use it too. That's evil.
recording the questions.
I'm just seeing one thing on the definition from the Anathema Archive that I'm unsure about. It says the user can attempt to force to open it to a specific spell from that list. It doesn't. It just says that list. It doesn't say any other list anywhere on the page. Does it mean you pick the list?
1 second, picking. I think someone's done some editing and reversed the order of that sentence. To force the Anathema Archive open to any arcane spell she knows how to cast, or a specific spell from that list.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Does it
don't
mean
see any other list mentioned, so I must assume it's that one.
That means you can really only... You can either get a random spell, or you could force it to...
Hold on. Yeah, I think it does mean anything that you could cast.
So you can only use it to cast spells that you could cast anyway if you knew them.
A specific spell from your class's list, or any spell that you actually know how to cast. And it's
That
only
is
useful
still-
that makes it only really... No, it's still usable by divine casters.
Yeah, it's still limitless uses of that spell.
Wizard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so also grab it.
Wizard item. Especially since you have to keep your one of your hands free to use it, so you can't use spell magic with it. Of course, we could toss it around, and I could. That even gets. It's even worse when you keep using it.
Yeah, it's specifically how bad the person has, so multiple people using it doesn't have much of a downside.
So we should just fit Emma with the Shield of the Sun and Varg with the Flame of Guidance and go kick the Guardian's ass.
I mean, I could still take it. Let's me cast like Disintegrate as many times as I want, or other such things. Since I believe I can auto-pass that spellcraft check. Plus 35.
Each time you use it, though, you have to make a will save equal to DC equal to 15 plus twice the total number of times the user has used it. So the longer you have it, the worse it gets.
Means I could use it up to 3 times with no possibility of failure, I guess, but...
After
take it
that,
with us,
things
even if we
get
don't use it.
asymptotically more difficult.
So just gonna take it with us, even if we don't use the thing. It's useful to have around.
Oh, and there's something even more useless about it. It closes when you use it and can't be opened again for a day.
Oh, yeah, so it can be. Alright, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that thing's stupid.
Yeah, alright. On we go.
The Jewel of... It's even less useful than the Jewel of Everlasting Gold, which just makes gold that you can only use in the town where you got it.
Alrighty. So,
Kill the Guardian, take all his stuff.
Reginald, who is at the door and has been very worriedly listening in on your schemings, is, you don't have to ransack the place. You could, just write a list down and come back in a couple days.
We all, as
We
one,
still
likely
owe
give
you.
him a look.
We still owe you something.
Well, if you would give us a list of everything that's in here, we'd
There
be
is
happy
no
to
list
just
of
let you do that.
everything that's in here.
Well, thanks for wasting
Well,
our
that-
time then.
Well, then
hang on a
that's our
second.
only choice. We have to kill the Guardian to see what else is in here.
Let me put it
I'll
this way.
try
Are
and
you
not destroy
happy
the house.
with having this big guardian inside your mansion?
I don't know. That didn't come up in the training manual for the servants.
I bet you're regretting taking up this job now. Listen, let us adventurers handle our own business, huh? We promise not to destroy the entire house.
It pays
You already
well,
broke
and
a wall.
it pays
I
well.
said the entire house, not parts of it.
Even for the servant's gig, the only indignity we have to suffer is... He looks down at his apron.
Well, you should have read the fine print, son. Should have read the fine print.
Says the guy who can't read.
I can read. Orcish.
The
Not sure that
Orcish
entirely
written
counts.
language has like 100 words. That's not an accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's for an orc.
Look, in any case, we're probably still only going to be pulling one thing out of here, because
Yeah, we're not gonna likely ransack it because we're a little more polite than that, apparently.
But we are gonna go kill that guardian. So you won't have to
Oh,
worry
yeah,
about a big
definitely.
rampaging thing in your house anymore.
Yep, and if it's made of gold, well, that's just a bonus.
The Scepter of Ages is still an early favorite for me, but I don't want us to make any choices till we see everything that's in here. So
Yep.
go kick his ass.
Yeah, that's what it seems the best so far. But let's go kill ourselves a guardian.
Let's
Alrighty.
kick his teeth in.
Charge!
What if it doesn't have any teeth?
Neither did Jublex.
Face
Didn't stop me from kicking his teeth in.
This is true.
Jublex had plenty of teeth, just none of them were his.
All of them are on the other side of his face. What's left of it.
Okay, so I will prepare for that plan and see you all next week to enact it. I am going to sneak Aishlin in to rejoin the group before you proceed. So
Okie
just
dokie.
for Scorchy's peace of mind here.
Please tell me you actually wrote this, boss, and didn't expect us to just take something that's in the front, because you should know us by now.
I wrote this, boss.
Good.
Don't worry about that. I did create something, but I was kind of sort of hoping, I put 50-50 odds on it that you weren't going to delve deeper.
You were
Yeah, we
counting
get
on
to
that
get our
shield
asses
being too
kicked.
shiny. He was so counting on the shield being so shiny. It's like a 20. That's a really serious shield. That is the shield of the sun. I didn't think he'd actually give it to us, but there it is.
Oh yeah, if I was the kind of character that could use a shield, that would be the shield I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's the shield.
But I can't, which is why I have an item that gives me a shield bonus.
Yep. Well, that'll be that for tonight. See y'all.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Until the next time.
Scorchy, hang around a second. We'll get your map tools working for next week.
Alrighty, sounds good.